This is the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals. Presented by Bishop State Community College.
They want to hear it plundering a lot tonight here in Fairhope. It's the 30th meeting all-time between Daphne and Fairhope. Tonight, our game here on UTV 44, a non-region matchup, but one of the biggest rivalries on the Eastern Shore. It's been dominated throughout the years by Daphne. They've won 23 of the 29 games, but Fairhope has won 3 of the last 4. And we're in Fairhope tonight. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox. My partners, as always, Dan Brennan and Vic Lockett here. One of our favorite places to come, and the Cannon. As much as you love it, you know, we're going to coming tonight at some point.
It's coming, and you would think we'd be ready, but we're never ready.
No.
It's a nice little piece of high school tradition here on the Eastern Shore.
We were just talking to Daphne's mayor in the field, and he's like, I don't want to hear that cannon at all. Don't want to hear it at all tonight. So Fairhope and Daphne, big rivalry here. As we said, a non-region matchup, but it's not one of those games where the level comes down. It's a big matchup for these two teams. And on the Fairhope side, Coach Tim Carter just gave us some breaking news that could have a big impact on tonight's game.
Yeah, their senior quarterback, Devin Mitchell, banged up in the Davidson game, and so Riley Leonard was the young guy that came in his stead and actually played pretty well. He's just a sophomore, and he may be down the line a really good one, but he is just a sophomore playing in a big rivalry game, getting his first career start tonight. Guy can sling it, but again, he hasn't had a lot of experience, especially in a game like tonight.
Yeah, a game like tonight, going up against a defense like tonight. So, Vic Lockett, if you've got a quarterback making his first start and you got an SEC caliber cornerback over there on that side, I'm guessing we might see Riley Leonard maybe working the other side of the field tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to go the opposite direction, and that's the thing I would advise him, because Christian Williams, he's 6'2", you know, already committed to Alabama, 180-pound. Multi-talented guy that plays all over the football field, and just before the game, Kennedy told me that his coach says that he's going to play pretty much all game. He's not going to come off the field. They're going to use him at wideout. They're going to use him, of course, at DB. Right here, he's blocking a field goal, using some of that 4.4 speed that his coach tells me he's got. So look for him to be an impact in this game, especially since there's a young quarterback out there that's playing against him. He may get one and be a pick 6 tonight.
Yeah, he's an athlete. We've been watching him, and he was a quarterback, and now Kenny King came and said, you on this side of the ball, and it's worked out very well for that young man. And we might also see Gage Bonner get some time at quarterback for Daphne tonight. He's been hurt all year. Trent Battle, the sophomore, has been playing great, but we might see Gage Bonner get some time. So could have some quarterback looks here tonight on the battle here on the Eastern Shore. Fairhope and Daphne on UTV 44. Kickoff coming up right after this. We are in Fairhope tonight. Cannon 1, Lockett, Cox, and Brennan 0. It scared us already. Let's get on the field and see if Tara, did you jump with the cannon going off?
Absolutely. They tried to prepare me beforehand, but it still startled me. But let's get back to this game. Both of these coaches competed in the war on the Eastern Shore long before they were head coaches. Back in 1989, when Daphne High School split from Fairhope, Coach Carter was actually a part of the first ever Daphne Trojans coaching staff. And then, of course, Coach King, as a former Trojan in the late 90s, he says he remembers this game as the rivalry that both teams wanted to win all season long. Fast forward a couple of years, and we've seen coaching changes and classification changes for both of these teams, but one thing remains the same. That's the fire to win this rivalry of the war on the Eastern Shore.
Big crowd here tonight on the Fairhope side. The Daphne crowd filing in as well, and about ready to get this one underway. Week 6. Diego Gajardo, huge leg for the Trojans, and knuckles this one. Bounces all the way down to the 10. The Pirates move it out to the 20 and out to about the 16. Ramon Bradley, the sophomore, who we're going to call his name a lot tonight on offense for the Pirates, brings it out there. Daphne won the toss. They deferred, so they'll get the ball to open up the second half. Fairhope will bring their offense out to start first. There's Tim Carter. 19 and 17 here at Fairhope. Kind of came into a rebuilding situation here, and of course had a great run up at Monroe Academy. Then he was at Auburn as well, and Fairhope here for now his 4th season. And Riley Leonard, sophomore quarterback, played a lot last week, drops it on the opening snap, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down immediately as John Davis is going to get his 7th sack of the season already for this Daphne Trojan team. Some sophomore nerves there because the snap looked pretty good.
Not a good defense to be nervous around.
Pirate offense here. Up front, Ryland, Inman, Parker, Pitts, and Pitt are your starters. And Riley Leonard, who starts at wide receiver, they move him to quarterback. You got Turner, Ramon Bradley, we talk a lot about him. Brewer in the backfield, Jamel Bell. They want him to tote the ball on the ground a lot here tonight. He's already got over 250 yards and 3 touchdowns so far this season. And Leonard didn't look like a sophomore there. He's got to complete up to the 26-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8 and bring up third manageable here for the Pirates. And look at this Trojan defense. They are stingy. 7 takeaways already and allowing just 16 points a game. Davis, we talked about Mason, DuBose, Lee, and Pruitt. They are disruptive up there. Baker, Collins, and Cleveland. In the secondary, Terrence Muse will also, he replaces Juwan Miles. Gatewood will go after the ball. Gorowski there, and of course Christian Williams that Vic Lockett talked about. And the leader on that side in the secondary.
They got everybody pretty much uptight within 5 yards of the line.
I like to call it heavy in the box.
Pressure coming. And Leonard's going to be dropped all the way back at the 10-yard line. Jamar Mason was the first one back there for the Daphne Trojans. Mason's going to have his first sack of the year. He had 6 tackles for losses coming into tonight. But the 6', 260-pound senior just blew right in there.
Yeah, patented swim move right there. Just, up and over with the arm and in the backfield.
Boy, when Kenny King teaches these kids how to get in the backfield, they're paying attention.
He's done it a few times, right?
Yeah, he has.
Talk about a team taking over the personality of the coach a lot of times, and you got a head coach that was a D-line guy. That's what you see.
This team lives in your backfield, and that's a problem.
Sam Rayburn will punt now from the end zone. Christian Williams, pressure coming. Rayburn's got a huge leg, but that one comes to the near side, and we're going to see where the side judge walks this one up. It was long, but it was coming to the near side, so the 47-yard line. So a 3 and out for that man and his defense. Kenny King
puts a smile on his face, as you can see right there. He's showing you his teeth, proud of his defense.
19-8 so far, 1-1 as a head coach against Fairhope. He never lost when he was a player at Daphne, and part of that 13-year run when Daphne beat Fairhope 13 straight times. And we'll see the Daphne offense come out. Trent Battle, the sophomore quarterback, growing up each week. Offensive coordinator Zach Golson told Dan and I on the field before the game. Let's go to the far side. They get it to Williams. Williams looking for the double pass, wide open and falling down. They had it wind up perfectly. Williams behind the line of scrimmage, and Cade Reynolds was on the far side, and his feet just went out from underneath him. Otherwise, they have a big play. Daphne's offense brought to you by Greer's. See the starting lineup up there. Omvet, Martinez, Weir, Silva starting on the far side. Also, see Battle as the quarterback there. Cameron Farmer going to get the start. Jay Pokes carried the ball a lot, but we'll see Farmer and also Joseph Hall will be in the backfield. Flip down on the far side. Dante Lee, and he's going to be hit immediately and dropped on that one. Lee fired out there. Joseph Conwell, cornerback there to make the quick stop. Hagan with 8 tackles for loss already. Bethea, and you got LeDrew and Quincy Jackson, Burrell, Hooks, and Childress. And you've got Cohen, Denoyan, Jordan, and Conwell there in the backfield. Third down, Battle. Going to pull this one down, trying to get around the official there, and he's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage and driven back again. And we see these two defenses flexing their muscle in the first 2 series tonight, Big Lockett.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he had a nice, clean pocket there for a while, but it was just good coverage on the back end. He didn't see anything that he liked.
Yeah, and the official doesn't flex any muscles here in the
holds his ground.
Yeah, that's one of my old buddies there. Used to work with me at Coke. He's like, hey, I'm just a statue. I'm part of the field. You got to go around me, big guy.
He's got to look out for pigeons later tonight.
So Ramon Bradley stand back at about the 15. Hardo knuckles that one to the far side and goes out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Hey, if you want to reach out to us during the game here tonight, you can send us an email for me, Dan, Vic, Tara, anybody here on the crew. Just send it to hey guys at
Yes.
Yes. Send us an email. You got already people that are texting us here tonight. There we go. Hey, guys at UTV44.com. We'll try to answer your questions during the broadcast here tonight.
I've got all that stuff in my head. If you ever struggle like that again, let me know.
I was just, you could have helped me a little quicker there, but it's
I didn't realize.
Didn't seem like it should have been that much of a struggle in week 6, right? All right, so second series here for the Pirates. Bit of a high snap. Leonard fires, and he's able to hit it up on the far side with a lot of speed. On the backfield is Demel Bell, and Bell still on his feet, and he's all the way inside the 30.
Boy, all the action was to the other side of the field. Bell just sneaks out, I think right out of the backfield, a wheel route. It wasn't a matter of him outrunning anybody, Vic.
No.
Nobody was there.
Yeah, he just was not attended to, and look at him. He's just got green grass. All he knows, hey, I just need to run the field, and
but a
hopefully
flat.
have something that looks like it's going to be unfortunate for the Pirates, and the flag is going to bring that one all the way back.
58-yard gain. You don't get a lot of those big plays against this Daphne defense, and that one's going to be pulled back. Looks like where you would see a hold.
And the whole play happened so quickly. And it might have been one of those aggressive defensive linemen. Let's see if it's a hold, first of all.
Hold him.
Yep.
On the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. We played it down.
My guess is, Vic, one of those linemen got the angle real quick, and, well, there you go. There it is.
See right there, yeah.
He hit a gap. They love to hit the gaps.
That's Mason. He's making his presence felt early in this one.
Yeah, by not going head on head, but
yeah, he did the swim move. This time he used the rip, so he's working all of his game against that center there, guard, and the guard's like, okay, I'm not gonna let you get to my quarterback that easy.
Yeah,
push it all the way back to the 6 here.
Unfortunate though.
1st and 20. Give it off to Bell, trying to go on the right side. Look, that ball might have come out there. Nope, he holds on to it. Not much. Not much there. That was Bryson Martin, his first carry.
Well, so far, the war on the Eastern Shore has been the backwards bowl, because we've got negative yardage for both offenses early in this one.
And if it wasn't for the penalty, Pirates would have plenty of positive yards.
Yep.
Give him 2, so 2nd and 18. Play clock already inside 10. Riley Leonard, the sophomore, his first start here tonight, keeps this one. A little RPO there, Vic Lockett, rolling out to the right side and across the original line of scrimmage, so 3rd and long coming up.
Tim Carter says he doesn't want the kid to get hit. Obviously, their first stringers down Mitchell, but at the same time, that's part of what he's got in his arsenal. The kid's a pretty good athlete, because he is a wide receiver when he's not the quarterback.
Yeah, Devin Mitchell not starting here tonight, the senior quarterback. Tara, tell us about it.
Well, there's actually a sweet moment between Devin Mitchell and Riley Leonard. Of course, Devin being the senior, this is his 2nd season to start in that position. We're not seeing as much confidence from Riley. After that first 3 and out, the offense met on the sideline. As they were breaking, Devin went to Riley, patted him on the back, said, hey, man, we've got this, to give him some confidence to go back out there.
Yeah, he was our guest in the pregame show, and you could see why the other teammates just flock around him. A great natural leader, and that one through the hands and incomplete of the sophomore Ramon Bradley. And we talked about that with Coach Carter, just the leadership that really was exuded by that young man, and the sincerity when he talks to his teammates.
By the time he left the set, he was the leader of us. There's only 3 of us on the. Well, I think that's Jared's job.
Yeah. All right, so we'll get a heat timeout. We're exactly halfway through the first quarter. 4th down coming up here for the home team. They're going to punt it back to Daphne. Scoreless here in Fairhope. See the band there really cool before the game, Dan Brennan. Both bands got together on the field and played the national anthem, and it sounded spectacular.
To a T.
Rayburn with a high punt. Again, they're happy to keep that away from Christian Williams. This one takes a really nice Fairhope punt down to the 43-yard line. It's a 39-yard punt. Elsewhere tonight, Murphy took on Viger last night. How about Viger? 5-0, ranked number 2 in 5A. Tonight, Baker and Jackson, Mary G going up to Citronelle this evening. you follow in Alma Bryant, you see some of these non-region games. LaFleur and Saraland playing tonight. Faith Academy in Robertsdale. BC Rain and Williamson and Satsuma taking on Pleasant Home. TR Miller and Hillcrest Evergreen. You know, UMS is off tonight, and they still have the current longest winning streak in Alabama at 10 games. Flemington and Escambia County, Opp and Andalusia tonight. Also see Thomasville and Leroy, and Excel and JU Blackshear, Bayside Academy and Cottage Hill. That should be a tight one tonight over in Mobile. And other games rounding out the schedule tonight: Washington County and Fruitdale, Choctaw County and Sweetwater, and McIntosh and Alberta tonight to round things out. So a busy Friday night, week 6 of the season. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett. David Sharp back is our statistician tonight. Tara Reeves on the sideline. Jared Kehos and his crew got rained on setting up a little bit here today on the Eastern Shore, but had us ready to go here at game time. Battle the pitch.
Yeah, just a real simple toss play to see what they can get.
Jordan Farmer.
Waiting for something real quick to C.J. Young, our pregame guest, who can make a lot of things happen. Happen with just a quick out and let him try to find something.
This time it's going to be Battle who keeps it, and he cuts it up the middle, and he's got a first down out to the 46 for Daphne. And Battle is an athletic quarterback, 6'1", 180 pounds, and
talk about some action there, Vic Lockett, that made the linebacker move.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they pitched the opposite direction, so this time they came and faked the pitch away from where they went and say if they're checking that backside backer. He was not home.
Antonio Martinez with a great block to help him get the first down there. And they go out on the far side, and just as Dan calls for it, they get it in C.J. Young's hands. His 34th catch already this season.
Yeah, that's a lot. And a lot of them are like that, too, Jim. They're not throwing way downfield to Young. What they're doing is they're doing sometimes quick slants, but more often than not, just a quick little flare pass out there to the sideline, which is obviously very safe pass and a chance for an athlete to make a play.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, they probably anticipate him catching the football and then making somebody miss and getting downfield.
They'll bring over the slot this time. They get it to Farmer, but he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage and drop back at the 40-yard line. That's Joseph Conwell again coming up from his corner position to make the tackle. Also in there helping out for the Pirates linebacker, E.J. Burrell.
Yeah, this Carter had a great team a couple of years ago here at Fairhope, and that's what their defense looked like that year, if you remember. Swarming and very physical.
Yeah, great linebackers, and of course that's what Tim Carter loves to coach. He loves to coach those linebackers and the defensive line.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got these safeties ready to come fill those alleys when they go up to the outside.
3rd and 13. Battle gets it off on the near side, and there's C.J. Young. Oh, he's just tripped up as he gets to midfield. Somebody got a hold of one of those skinny ankles, Vic Lockett, to trip him up, or C.J. might have been gone.
Yeah, he was trying to run that tunnel screen right there, coming underneath the blockers, catch the football and go upfield and maybe get a first down, but just got him by the ankles right there.
Wow. Didn't see who it was at the bottom of the...
Yeah, he flashed through there so quick.
Yeah. And so now 4th and 6, and they were showing they were going to go for it. Instead, they'll bring the punt team on. And Diego Guajardo on to punt. And Ron Bradley stands back at the 15.
Battle of field position so far, and that's been it.
Good kick, fair catch called for, and Bradley takes it all the way back at the 5, and I think Tim Carter might like to see Bradley just make that one go over his head and see if it takes a bounce into the end zone. So you take a look right here. So again, this is a non-region matchup. Daphne in 6A and Fairhope in 7A. Theodore, both of these teams have played Theodore. Theodore beat Fairhope, but Daphne opened the season to get a win over that Theodore team. McGill-Tulin unbeaten in the region. There's Fairhope with their lone loss in the region coming against Fairhope, and their other loss, they opened up against Wetumpka, who's ranked number 1 in 6A. 31-14 loss to open the season. And tough way to start the season. And you get a good look at Riley Leonard, who was having a great year as a wide receiver as well. 2 touchdowns receiving. Play clock. Inside 5.
So we see some bell here.
Riley jumps over the middle and incomplete. Pressure again in the backfield there.
Yeah, Jamar Mason, I mean, he is just living in that backfield.
Vic Lockett, if you're an offensive lineman, do you just hold him every play and say they're not going to throw it every play, right?
Well, what they need to do is change their scheme and get 2 hats on this one guy, because otherwise he is just not going to let them get the home plate.
Yeah, one of those returning.
Or first base, I should say.
A rare returning starter on this defensive side of the football for Daphne from last year.
You might get him out of place a little bit because he is swimming in lanes and not kind of staying home for the run. There you go.
Leonard, he'll pull it down. He's looking to get to the outside. Cuts it back at the 15. Nice move, and he's going to get the first down for the Pirates across the 25. Gain of 18.
Sophomore looking like a senior right there, just making something happen. And just as Dan called it, they had their games going up front. And soon as 95 vacates that middle, he's like, well, I'm going where that guy just left.
Yeah, I'm not going to stay here where he can get me. I'll go where he was. And when I watch a kid like this, the sophomore, that tells me he's been a good athlete a long time and is very comfortable with the football in his hands, Jim.
Shows some moxie, didn't he?
Yeah, and shows confidence with the ball.
And you'd have to guess the playbook scaled back a little bit for the sophomore tonight as opposed to Devin Mitchell, the senior in there who's been running this offense the past couple of years. Bradley goes in motion out of the backfield. Bell can't hold on to it. It wasn't going to be a lot there.
Yeah, didn't collect the football there. Just kind of looked upfield and saw he was going to make his first move.
Yeah, Marion Collins,
you got to get the ball first and then make your move.
Collins was right there.
He didn't have to look far upfield. He saw Collins
immediately,
eye to eye. Yeah.
Sure.
Interesting to see what they do, what they call with this penetrating defense to allow a talented young quarterback to make some plays, because they think he can make plays, but you got to give him a little time.
2nd and 10 here for the Pirates. Bell up the middle, is on the right side, and guess who? Mason comes down the line.
That time he did not leave, Dan, so he stayed home. He answered the door when they rung the bell.
And he was there, and he beat the heck out of the mailman, too. Yeah. Good play at the line of scrimmage by Mason.
Picks up 2, so 3rd and 8 here for the Pirates. We're under 2 minutes to go.
Mason's not real tall, being 6 feet at that D-line position, but he's heavy and active and quick.
He is.
260. Good size.
Leonard looking right side. Gets that one complete, but he's going to be short of the first down.
Now, if you're thinking, now why don't they run something that's beyond the sticks? And I think it's really got to do with Daphne's pressure, that they're just not confident enough to try and ask that quarterback to sit back there and take that kind of pressure. So they throw a quick out, hoping that the wide receiver can get the extra 3.
You're saying ask that quarterback. I think we need to be asking Jamar Mason, can we sit back here? And he's saying no every time.
He's saying no. They need Mason. The best play that Fairhope could run right now is Mason taking a break.
Turner with that reception is 20th of the year, but a little short. They're going to go for a fake here in their own end, and they've got it. They have to the up man, and that's Bradley across midfield, still on his feet, and he's inside the 30, the 28-yard line. That was Jamel Bell, the up man, the running back, all the way up to the 28. So on 4th and 3 from your own 32, they pick up 40. They saw something there pre-snap.
How about the acceleration by a guy that weighs 210 pounds, by the way?
Yeah, and, Daphne had 10 up there on the line of scrimmage. They dropped 2 back, but they were, wow. And
Christian Williams had to get him deep back there, otherwise he might have scored.
You saw Rayburn trying to sell it like the snap went over his head.
Nice job by everybody.
And now they go direct snap, bring this one off to Ramon Bradley, the sophomore. A little Wildcat action here, and he rolls over to the right side with just 13 seconds left here in the opening quarter.
You look at the stats, you look at what they're trying to do offensively, and you start to identify what they want to do, what they can do, and Bradley's going to be a big part of any success they have tonight.
I want to ask you about this, Vic. We're probably going to run out of time here. I wonder if that's something they see at the line, or if that's something on film that they had, they saw scouting this, that maybe they'd have a chance.
You mean the fake?
Yeah, the fake punt there.
I kind of think it's just Coach Carter. I mean, he's earned my respect, and I think he just gets a feel in the game. He knows how school ball, and he called it.
Bradley gives that one off for.
You know, and to finish that thought, you know, we've seen that guy come down here with Auburn.
Yep.
And if anybody knows talent, that guy's seen it because he's had it on his team. And I just, you know, we've seen a couple of Fairhope games. I think he's just really pretty good high school coach and knows what to do, when to do it.
Scoreless first quarter here. Quick moving defensive battle in Fairhope. The cannon yet to fire except pregame. We'll see if that happens. It's a good one tonight. Andy Sitchin, Injury Attorneys, Friday Night Rivals here on UTV 44. First quarter finish, ready to start the second here tonight. WC Majors Stadium here in Fairhope.
Beautiful field.
Oh, it just looks so spectacular. The city of Fairhope does such a great job, and it's like a golf course out there. And great job in welcoming us here tonight. We're happy to be here. 3rd and 7, big third down here for the Pirates. Leonard steps up in the pocket, over the middle, had it picked off, through to the near side, and Hamilton Baker with his first interception of the season. That one maybe just a little late coming out. Vic Lockett.
Yeah, he was trying to get that little crossing route there, and that DB was just sitting in his hip pocket, and he just pickpocketed him right there.
He was step for step.
Yeah, he was, and then he saw the football come out. He said, hey, I can jump this little route here and have an INT for my team and get our offense back on the field.
8th takeaway for the Daphne defense this year.
Well, they put so much pressure on you. Now, not in that play in particular. He had a nice pocket to throw from, but they just keep you, you know, stressed out a little bit.
Yeah, whether you're a sophomore quarterback or a senior quarterback.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. They're not looking at your grade. They're just coming for you.
Battle, who is our player of the week in week 2 against Spanish Fort, gets this one off to CJ Young. Slippery on the far side and bumped out of bounds. We got some people checking in watching the game tonight. Doug Harrell, dentist here in Fairhope, actually happens to be my dentist here in Fairhope. He's up in Tuscaloosa, and he's watching the game on the live stream tonight. So
can you imagine Jim in a dental chair?
Every 6 months, Big Lock.
Yeah, he probably gives him sleep and stuff to just get him to be quiet, right?
Now what?
I'm big on the gas, man.
You're for it as well?
Oh, yeah. I think the laughing gas, load me up.
Battle going to keep it. Looking to cut inside, and great job by the Fairhope defense again. Right him out, EJ Burrell, the linebacker with a tackle there.
We're just efficient. You know, Fairhope is just, they're where they need to be.
I mean, look at 5'9", 150, and how many times we called his name already here tonight.
Yeah, he's just a football player, man. This is the beauty of high school football. Yep. And you watch this defense, and they're very
Coach
well
Carter,
coached.
again, he recognized talent. He's going to get them out there and get them in the right position.
Yep.
3rd and 8. Farmer in the backfield. Dante Lee split to the bottom of the screen. Darius Johnson out wide. Cohen in coverage to the bottom. Battle over the middle. Fires in. Young can't hold on to that one. That was a well-thrown ball by the sophomore there and just off the fingertips.
It would have been a spectacular catch there in the crowd. Just didn't quite concentrate enough to make it happen.
Yeah, it looked like a big play. Battle, who, by the way, got a shout-out to, and I got a shout from David Morris, and he is a QB country kid. Quarterback Battle, the young guy for Daphne. And you can see he's got some arm talent.
He does. He does. I'm sure he's coached really well by Coach Kenny King. But that was a quick 3-and-out there, and not exactly the way they wanted to do that turnover there. I don't think they got any yards out of it at all much.
Guajardo on to kick again, and Bradley at his own 44. Pressure coming. High kick, and Bradley will fair catch this one. It'll still be pretty good field position. He drifts back to the 36-yard line. And that'll give us a chance to give us our trivia question. 30th matchup tonight between these two teams. Daphne opened in 1989, didn't play that year, been playing since 1990. Who are the two head coaches when this rivalry started back in 1990?
At that time, Fairhope was the big dog, right?
Sure.
Yep.
Sure. And the one that I'm thinking that was coaching Daphne is the big dog now around the state, right?
He will never be the answer to the trivia question unless it is who doesn't allow us to do playoff games live on TV. Big Lockett, so you can maybe rule that guy out.
Oh, rule him out. Okay.
That would be the only trivia question that would be.
Man, I tell you what, 95, they might as well go ahead and turn the real estate over to him in the backfield because he is dwelling there.
Had 6 tackles for a loss coming in tonight. He's already had a sack and now 2 more tackles for a loss in this one.
He's owning the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think Jamar Mason owns the D's back there for sure.
Loss of 4. And someone else, Willis Wilcox. He went to school with Willie.
Oh, yeah.
He's a
tall guy, right?
He's got a son playing at UMS. UMS not playing tonight, so he's able to catch the game tonight on UTV 44, watching up in Saraland. And play clock behind Tim Carter. Did he get the timeout? He did. Yeah, got the timeout right before the play clock expired.
Yes. Speaking of watching, we've been remiss in mentioning Miss Millie Fritz. I saw her a couple of Sundays ago at church. Bless her heart. She's been really helping her sister out, so she's been pretty busy, but I bet she finds time to watch us because she loves watching Friday Night Lights.
I love it.
I love that she watches. Look at that crowd here tonight in Fairhope. So, again, our Andy Citron injury attorneys, Friday Night Rivals. Big thank you to that guy. Andy wins, 251-888-8888.
Say Miss Fritz slipped somewhere, right? I'm not trying to start any trouble, but she can call Andy.
Uh-huh.
You let her know that.
And he will take care of her.
Yeah. Please let her know that.
Yeah, and one of my buddies worked over there with Andy, Ethan Barnhart, good friend of mine. I forgot that.
Glad to
he also can help out.
Glad to have Andy, a big part of high school football this year, and thank him for being.
Andy and his whole group. Ethan Barnhart, too. Good Christian man.
This young quarterback is getting an education today thanks to Mr. Mason up front and this entire Daphne defense. Again, he's just continually behind the sticks, behind and off schedule, as they say, and that's not good.
Not good for the offense at all.
DeMel Bell.
Not his fault either.
Nope. I mean, it puts the whole unit in a bind. Play calling changes. Everything changes.
Yeah, we see kind of change. Devin Miller now in at right tackle on the offensive line here for the Pirates. Leonard will pull this one down. Now he's got some room. Look at that athleticism. Dan Brennan talked about across the 40, 30. Cuts it back to the inside. 20 still on his feet to the 15. 53 yards for Riley Leonard.
That's one of those kids in the 3rd grade. I don't know this for a fact. 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. He had the ball in his hands, I guarantee you, at rec games and when he was a little kid. You can see right now he's just growing into himself. He's going to probably get a whole lot faster because he's just kind of growing into that 6'2".
Yeah, he's playing backyard football.
And his 6'2", lumbering down the field there, but pulling away from people as well, and they give it off to Bell.
He's a long strider, and you don't realize how fast he's going until you watch everybody around him saying, where'd he go?
Yeah, till he's by you.
Yeah, and he got by a lot of people. He's a weapon.
And the moment does not look too big for him here on Friday night.
No.
Yeah, had the little, miscue there with the first snap.
Yep.
And kind of settled his nerves after that. They gave him a little slant pass. He completed it.
And
from there on, he's been good to go.
And make a couple big plays with their feet. It's like, okay, I got this.
Sure.
I got this. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach Carter will take this all day long.
2nd and 8 from the 13. And
trips to the left.
he's going to keep it this time. Makes a little something happen. Gets up to the 10. Gets 3 on that. Looked like it was going to be maybe a loss of 1, but able to get it up to the 10 and bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the play call. I don't know if he was reading it or not, but if he would have gave, I think they would have plenty of yardage on that play for sure. The fullback had a complete empty lane.
Keep Bryson Martin, the lone running back, and also you see Fairhope like maybe trying to slow the tempo of the game down a little bit because using the play clock all the way down deep.
Leonard's getting a little winded himself, Jim. That might be just for him.
Absolutely.
Give it all. Ooh. Bryson Martin trying to come through the hole there and was met. Big collision. Ronnie Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, he rebuffed him there at the line of scrimmage.
That's a linebacker's. When you get unabated like that, Vic Lockett.
Sure, square up the back. You love it.
So we'll see Sam Rayburn come on.
He'll put that one on his huddle highlight.
He's a very good kicker here. This one will be from 27.
Rayburn's a good athlete, too. I was watching him on the field before the game, and he can move around and do some things.
JT Turner to hold. Snap a bit high.
Wow.
Rayburn has that one. And the cannon fires for the first time tonight. And it's Fairhope jumping on top. They have a lead by a score of 3-0. Almost halfway through quarter number 2, the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals game here on UTV 44. Good crowd here tonight in Fairhope. Matchup here on the Eastern Shore. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Tara Reeves on the sideline. We're going to hear from her momentarily. Jared Kehas's entire crew here setting things up from early this morning. And Rayburn ready to kick here after he put the Pirates on top 3-0, put all 8 into the end zone last week against Davidson and continues there. And let's go down to the sidelines. We've got an educator spotlight. Tell us about it, Tara.
All right, well, we have brand new Daphne baseball coach, Coach Boyd, his son, and one of my close friends, Townsend, and then assistant principal, Shay White. First, I'm going to start with you, Coach Boyd. I understand there's a new Daphne High School News Network. Tell us about that.
Yes, it's the DNN, Daphne News Network, and the kids love it. They do a fantastic job every morning prepping, getting things ready for the next day. We do all kinds of segments. They love it. They watch our news. They watch you guys. They learn how to do certain things on and off camera, and they learn on both sides, being behind the camera and on camera. So it's a lot of fun watching the process happen.
So maybe the next time we're covering a Daphne game at home, we can cover with some of those guys. Okay, now tell us about Dash, I understand, which is also somewhat new, Assistant Principal White.
Yes, we're doing Dash this year. It's basically an academic study hall, and we're very excited about kind of the way we've structured it, because we've got it to where now the kids actually are in a classroom with a teacher. They're asking them, they're there to kind of cooperate with that teacher, to ask them questions. The teacher is there to kind of check on them, make sure their grades are up to date, make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they can kind of build a relationship with that teacher that carries over not only just for that classroom, but throughout the school. Somebody that the kids can kind of go back and lean on, and kind of anytime they need some help, they can see them. The other thing that's kind of, I think, unique about it is there's a lot of different moving parts that we're really excited about. We've got a lot of different things kind of going on during that period. We've got kids that are actually having reading groups and reading strategies. We have kids in math classes doing math intervention strategies. We have some tutoring going on. We have our special needs population. They're getting a lot of their services met during that time frame. So there's just a lot of really neat things going on right now, and it's just something that we're really proud of. We think it's going to be something we're going to kind of build on in the future, and we think it's something that Daphne's going to be able to hang their hat on and be very proud of in the future.
Thank you so much, Mr. White. And Townsend said I wasn't allowed to interview him, but I was going to see if he'll say "Go Trojans" on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Go Trojans!
All right, back up to you guys.
That was the best part right there.
Yeah, well, I'm not excited about them training, young kids to take our jobs really in the future. But Coastal Alabama Community College, our educator spotlight. No, cool stuff going on there. At,
Jim, you're
Daphne
getting old. You can't do this forever, buddy.
You and I are the same age. I'm just going to remind you of that.
Yeah, well, one of us may be in the dawn of his career, but we don't need to talk any further about that.
All right, so hold, you saw that right as Farmer turned the corner. So second holding play on the drive.
I'm sorry, not the dusk of a career. Yeah, we had a nice play where they got the edge, and you're thinking, wow, for Fairhope to give up the edge is unusual. It turned out it was a holding call, and they've been penalized twice in this short segment.
Battle launches that one out to the far side, and Young gets back up toward the original line of scrimmage. That one took a little time to get over there, kind of a looping pass, and
the ball had to travel a long way. That's asking a lot of a young quarterback in high school, but he has the ability.
All right, so the official's going to take our heat timeout here halfway through the second quarter. It's a good one tonight on UTV 44. Fairhope on top 3-0 tonight in the battle on the Eastern Shore. Halfway through quarter number 2, 3rd and 13 here for the Trojans. battle. Launching it toward the middle of the field, was trying to get it to Christian Williams.
Well, they said they were going to play him on both sides of the football, and they needed a big play right there. Go to the big play guy.
Yeah, the offense is struggling. You don't want Williams out there to be a decoy. You want him to make a play, and he can, and nearly did there.
Braxton Jordan back there in single coverage, and a lot of speed for Christian Williams.
So he made sure he stayed on top of him. He didn't let him get behind him.
Yeah.
Williams with his kind of funny story. He brought his he was a guest on our pregame show in week 2. Brought his helmet there, and then they left it as a prop, and so he'd been wearing a backup helmet all week. So now picked it up on Wednesday night. We recorded. He's got his regular helmet back.
Backup helmet for 3 weeks.
High snap. Oh, Dardo does a great job to go up and get it. Burrell was trying to come in with pressure, and Bradley with a late fair catch.
Yeah, I thought he was definitely going to rough the kicker on that if he didn't make the punt block, but
Diego Guajardo with
got it all.
Big leg, but a great. I mean, he
Good
saved
job
2
to
or
catch
more points there by going up and pulling that down with one hand.
Yeah, well, you see he got a high five there from Coach King, because Coach King knew that could have been disaster for his group.
Met that young guy at the 1st and 10 club. He was awarded outstanding athlete award for special teams.
And look at the standings there in Saraland and Spanish Fort, each undefeated in the region. They have a matchup in the final week of the season. St. Paul's also unbeaten. Blunt 3-1. Daphne 1-2, but their 2 losses have come against the 2 top teams there in the region. They've got a tough schedule to start it and hit as soon as he lets it go, but able to pull it down with a diving, sliding catch at the 15-yard line and a flag. And I think they're getting unsportsmanlike as Ramon Bradley, 39 yards. The sophomore.
Great catch, way to lay out for it, cradle the football, roll over, make sure the referee see that he's got it, but
I don't think
watching a little bit too much TV and watching the pros.
I don't think they like the emphatic first down gesture after.
Ramon was just trying to let the officials know I caught it.
Yeah, help him out a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Give him the assist.
Taking some of the pressure off.
Should be after.
It's sort of what's going on in our world. Hey, they watch the professional.
After the catch, unsportsmanlike conduct on offense. It's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
They watch AB, who's on the cover of Madden, catch a pass from Ben Roethlisberger and puts the first down signal up, and it, reticulates down here to high school football.
And I don't, I can't.
And that's just something that the coaches got to, had a conversation with him
It wasn't
about.
really taunting. There was
I was going to say, I think the difference, he wasn't, doing it toward an opposing player.
Yeah, I don't think they want any of that on this level.
Obviously.
Apparently not, yeah.
I don't think they do.
And Leonard was hit right as he threw that one. Still got a high snap, pulls it down. Now rolling out to the right side, fires it off, and almost his 2nd interception of the night. Hamilton Baker had it right.
I think that was Christian Williams, wasn't it?
No, it was Baker. It was the linebacker here.
Oh, okay.
Let's watch. This would have been 6 the
7.
other way.
Yeah, he was getting all kinds of pressure and just trying to get rid of it, but the linebacker was standing there.
He has 1 pick already tonight.
Just unexpectedly got there so quick. He was like, wow. Couldn't actually pull it in.
That could have been disastrous for Fairhope, but it could have been a big turning point for the Daphne Trojans. So 2nd and 10. Again, if you're joining us, Riley Leonard started tonight. Devin Mitchell left the game after the first quarter last week with a hamstring injury. He has not played tonight. Leonard with his first start, and now he's a good job to get that one off, just trying to get it to JT Turner.
Yeah, they bought both linebackers from both sides, trying to put some heat on him, but there again, the sophomore not rattled. He just say, hey, you wrapped around me, but let me get rid of the football.
John Davis was in there all around Leonard.
As if their guys along the line of scrimmage aren't bringing enough heat. They bring the linebackers too.
That's just not fair.
Well, to ask Leonard what he thinks.
3rd and 10.
Wow.
Screen. Bradley able to hit it. Wow, what a catch. That was a low throw, and he had white jerseys all around him and reaches down and grabs it. And looks like he's going to, what that's going to do is going to get him in field goal range after that 15-yard penalty there on 3rd down.
Yeah, the catch was only half of it because he did some really good work after the catch, too, by pushing himself forward and giving their very talented kicker a chance here.
Yeah, this will be a 45-yard attempt. He's made one over 50 this year. Turner will hold. Not a puff of wind blowing tonight. As Old Glory shows us right between the uprights there. Snap a little low. High kick. Bangs off the upright.
Very, very close. I mean, a couple of more inches, he would have made that.
Yeah.
And you talk about no wind. We did get one cool breeze, which is usually that breeze we get before there's a downpour. I started looking up, but
you were nervous, Vic Lockett. I felt it coming.
But there was no downpour, thank God.
I remember that. It was in the first quarter.
Sure.
Look at the student section.
Looks like a college student section.
Yeah, I mean, great. I mean, it is packed here tonight in Fairhope.
It is, and down toward the concession area, they're just backed up about 10 deep. So business is good in Fairhope, Alabama tonight at least.
Well, I won't be getting the burger for halftime.
I wouldn't recommend it.
That's our metal roofing center and supply. Raise the roof fan cam. Yeah.
Well, if I tell them I'm with Dan Brennan, they usually let me skip.
Might hurt.
Farmer slowed down in the backfield, but he slips away from a tackle and reverses field. Now he's back across the middle and still on his feet. He's going to have a first down to the 35-yard line.
That's one of the better runs we've seen all year, just refusing to go down. Tackler's all over him right here. Got him completely by the shirt tail, and he says, turn it loose.
Mark him actually at the 34, pick up a 14. For the first down, inside 4 minutes to go. Young comes over to the slot. On the near side, Dante Lee to the bottom. Jay Pogue with his first carry tonight. He's their leading ball carrier on the year, his 32nd carry. But
he's just swallowed up there by Jared Bethea, who's Coach Carter is really excited about that young sophomore. He could not stop talking about him, saying he may be the best player he's coached at the defensive line position. Wow. At first he said completely, and I said, I started bringing up Rashad Evans and Reuben Foster, and he said, well, okay, at the defensive line.
Yeah, that's his 6th tackle for a loss this season. 2nd and 11. Battle. Right side able to get that one complete. Darius Johnson, 6', 195-pound junior gets that one. But it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Both these quarterbacks are in the master class tonight trying to deal with the pressure of these defenses. Sure. These are sophomore quarterbacks, both good athletes, both good arms. But their offensive lines are not really winning the line of scrimmage, just making it more challenging.
Continuous assault.
Yep.
Sophomore quarterback's going to be fun to watch here on the Eastern Shore the next couple of years.
Man.
3rd and 7. That one thrown low.
Yeah, try to do that little flare pass, but you got to let his shoelaces. He couldn't go down there and collect it.
Yeah, tried to come to Farmer right toward the near side of the field, and incomplete. Bring up the punt team again.
Two great coaches just trying to come up with a strategy to get their team ahead, trying to come up with a big play somewhere, somehow to defeat these defenses.
Guajardo.
Imagine for some years, Kenny King and Coach Carter will be going at it.
Rugby style kick. Guajardo got a good bounce. Bradley takes it inside the 20. And we pulled down right there. And now there's going to be a flag.
Looks like a horse collar.
Yeah, looks like it. Add 15 to the end of that one, it appears. Let's see.
It's Christian Williams? No, it's not.
Yep, that's indeed what the call will be. Vic Lockett, Ronnie Cleveland, the starting linebacker down there with good coverage. But
good hustle play, good effort, just grabbed him in the wrong spot.
So now Fairhope will have 2 minutes here with their. So we got 2 penalties, Vic Lockett. Is there one back at the 48-yard line as well?
I guess so. I didn't even notice that flag back there. So let's get the results right here.
Horse collar on the receiving team, on the receiving team, I'm sorry. Excuse me. And then also we had a personal foul unsportsmanlike on the kicking team. Those penalties will offset. We'll replay 4.
No, that shouldn't be.
That's the opposite, though.
No, the
Kicking team probably did the horse collar.
kicking team did do the horse collar.
Yeah. And receiving team probably did the unsportsmanlike. Just the opposite of what he's saying. It's not on TV every week, so give him a pass. He's a good guy. I talked to him.
Yeah, we had a
He's
chance
not like Jim Cox, who does TV 24/7 other than fishing.
We had a nice visit with the referees before the game.
They watch the games. They record each one. Go back and watch them. We were talking about how
I usually have my weekly pre-conversation with them. I inform them, please do not call any penalties on either defenses, but they never listen to me.
we had a little talk with them about you, Vic Locke, before you showed up here tonight as well.
In fact, we did.
So am I going to get a slip in my locker?
No, it's all good. Now Guajardo again to punt pressure. This time he goes with a traditional. Bradley fair catches it up to the 30-yard line now with 2 minutes to go. And I'll tell you about more of our great folks who bring you high school football. Andy Citron Injury Attorneys. Friday Night Rivals presented by Bishop State. A great place to start. And they've been a longtime supporter of high school football on TV here in the Mobile area. We thank them for again being a part of our broadcast this season. So minute 59 to go.
Fast moving half.
2 timeouts for the Pirates. Daphne will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
They're going 4 wide with the young quarterback.
Leonard steps up. That one incomplete.
You know, you say that, Dan, but, you know, I've been meaning to mention, looks like that's pretty much their standard formation, you know, getting that pistol, 1 back, trip to the right or left, and a single receiver to the opposite side.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was just curious with the time and with the lead, if they might have tried to see if
protect it and get out of the half.
Protect and maybe get a first down or 2, and then recalibrate things.
Sure, yeah, because he's been close to some interceptions that could have been disastrous.
Right. Also close to some completions like that they didn't hold on to.
Same formation. Leonard wants to keep it on the left side of the 37-yard line. He likes to keep the football. He likes it in his hands.
He's pulling it. Either they're calling or he's pulling it, because he's not giving it to that veer back too often. But he, like Dan says, he's probably that kid, you know, at the playground.
Always had it.
Give it to me, and I got this.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to make something happen.
And you can imagine now, just a sophomore, the way the kid's nutrition-wise and weight room-wise, he could be 6'3", 210.
Yep.
By the time he starts his
He's got the frame.
He's got the frame.
3rd and 4.
Sneaky athlete.
Here for the Pirates. Leonard gives it off. Bradley trying to turn the corner. And it's going to be short of the first down. We'll stop the clock.
You know, I thought they had a seal there, but then those DBs just sit in the alley like quick, fast, in a hurry. That's that good coaching Coach King is giving them defensively, saying, hey, when that ball starts going wide, you safeties come down there right now, right this minute, funnel that stuff to the inside or either make it a play.
So Daphne able to save a timeout there by forcing Bradley out of bounds, and now you got a punt to Christian Williams,
which is ever so dangerous.
Committed to Alabama, if y'all don't know that.
Fairhope a little late getting everyone on the field. Play clock down to 3. Bit of a high snap. Rayburn gets it off, and Williams decides to pick it up on the bounce up to the 40-yard line.
Gutsy, but he predetermined he was going to get that one.
The clock kind of ran for 4 or 5 seconds there at the end.
Waiting for the official signal.
Daphne unable to really get a big play here in the first half.
That's been their MO last couple of years.
Yep.
You know, just doing enough on offense to win games. And you know, at some point, Kenny King wants to change that, get a little more explosive on offense.
Little screen over to C.J. Young. Young to the 47. Going to be 2 yards short of the first down. Bring up second and about 2.
Line hustles up there real quick, waiting for the referee to spot the football, and they're going to get right on it.
Inside 30 seconds here. Battle fires it to the far side, closing on the ball. Again, E.J. Burrell. That's a dangerous pass if that one hangs up there, because if you get a pick, it's going the other way up the sideline.
They're trying to get it to the best athlete.
Sure. But I tell you what, Burrell has been all over the field. We got him 5'9", 150 listed as a linebacker, but he's flying around like a DB right there. See the ball in there and goes to attack it.
Yeah, so that was Young, their leading receiver on the year.
3rd and 2 with 15 seconds. Malik McLean, big tall sophomore over on the right-hand side. They got one-on-one. Looking at Dante Lee, and that one comes up short. We got a flag over at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be against Daphne. And you're going to decline that if you're the Pirates, and you're going to make the Trojans punt to Ramon Bradley before the half.
If it's on the defense.
On the offense. Yeah, on the offense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see anything that could cause it unless they were in a legal formation.
Might have been, yeah.
He immediately threw the flag as soon as they snapped the football.
I think that's what it was, Vic.
So they just moved it back.
Yeah.
They took the penalty.
Ineligible. Downfield on the offense. That penalty has been declined. Also had illegal formation on the offense, which is a 5-yard penalty. That has been accepted. It's 3rd down.
So 2 penalties on the offense. And you don't have the option to decline both, huh? You got to accept one.
It's curious that they would accept one. They didn't have to.
3rd and 7. Back up to the 41. Battle. Getting over to the far side. And
there's that guy again.
Stopped. Oh, boy. Now they throw flags as they say they were continuing on out of bounds, but the half will come to an end.
I'll tell you what, if you're between the white lines, Burrell has been near you.
Burrell was the first one there. It may not have been. Let's see if we can watch.
Fairhope got some good leaders on the football field, telling their teammates get back. No talking to the other team. Let's let the refs handle the game.
Wow.
That was Burrell was the guilty party for sure. Yeah.
So that gives them an untimed down. Maybe throw it and heave it up.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was Burrell, Jim. There was a late hit by an interior lineman that got over there.
Okay, Burrell was the one who had him wrapped up.
He had him wrapped up, but then he got up. There was a big push very late, and I think that's
someone trying to give him an assist.
Gotcha.
Way late. Yeah.
All the way up to the 46. Yeah. Let's see. Fairhope dropping 5 back in coverage here.
Yeah, you play it safe. You know, you can do anything, give them a first down, everything. Just don't give them a touchdown.
Everything in front of you. Did not Christian Williams not there. They hand it off to Farmer. And that will bring the half to a close. And Fairhope will hold on to their 3-0 lead as Tara is down on the field. And I believe she has Coach Carter. Tara.
Coach, you have to be able to convert on big plays and big games. Break down that fake punt on your own 32 that really changed field position for you guys?
Well, it's just something we saw all week long. Chuck Nelson saw that, one of our coaches, and, you know, we kind of rolled it a little bit. You know, this is one of those fun games. You got to take a chance every once in a while.
Riley Leonard seeing his first start tonight, already had some big runs and completions. What has impressed you most from him so far?
Just his poise. They're really fast on defense. They're giving us a lot of problems, and it's a good football game. You know, it's 3-0. We missed a field goal there. Might have given us a little more room, but it's going to be till the end.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right.
Coach Carter, I trust.
Yep. All right. LaMarcus Brown from Blount High School, our player of the game last week up at Baldwin County. Went to Bay Minette for the first time, and Blount kind of, you said, growing up a little bit in front of us on TV, Dan Brennan.
Yeah, they did. They cleaned up a lot of things. They were much more efficient. They didn't hurt themselves. And, you know, that's what a young team, that's what you hope they do during the course of a season, Vic.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the new coach over there was going to get them straightened out, cut down on the penalties, like you said, and didn't beat themselves. And that's really their biggest enemy, themselves.
Yep, and a young team, you expect that. But watch out for Blount. They're getting better.
Tonight we'll give you 3 players to choose from, and you can vote to find out who we talk about next week during halftime, who's going to be our player of the game this week. We will find out sometime in the second half tonight. Halftime score, Fairhope on top 3-0. It's the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals here on UTV 44. Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals here on UTV 44. It's the big battle on the Eastern Shore, and it has certainly lived up to the billing. 2 great defenses going at it here tonight. Fairhope on top by a score of 3-0. Let's go down and listen to the great band from Fairhope High School. great Daphne band. I think I introduced him as Fairhope. That was the great Daphne band. Here is the great Fairhope band pirate theme tonight because they are the Fairhope Pirates. Looking at the beautiful field here in Fairhope. This is the battle on the Eastern Shore, Fairhope and Daphne. And tonight, Fairhope with a 3-0 lead at the half. And our Andy Citron injury attorneys Friday night rivals. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Terry Reeves on the sidelines. And Jared Kiosk and crew in the truck, expected this to be a tight battle. I don't know if we expected only 3 points in the first half, but it has been that's how close the game's been the whole first half.
Yeah, even though we haven't seen Fairhope until tonight, I think this is kind of, if we were to guess what kind of game we were going to have, it might be something like we're seeing right now.
Sure, two evenly matched teams, two evenly matched, well-coached teams, just trying to figure a way. They tried on some trick plays. There's been a couple of big plays where some penalties that went against the teams, but other than that, 3 points, 0.
Yeah, Daphne's going to get the ball back here to start the second half as well, but feels like Fairhope's had a little more of control, but a big play was the Fairhope fake punt on their own 32 on 4th and 4, and Demel Bell was able to get the first down, and that did not lead to points there on that drive, but then they were driving in. This was the interception. That was Hamilton Baker coming up with the interception off Riley Leonard, and then Leonard picking him up and putting him down for the big quarterback, Dan Brennan.
Long strider. You don't know how fast he's going, so you look up and he's 30 yards downfield.
Sophomore quarterback getting the start here tonight, and then this was the big one of the first half as he goes up and hits Ramon Bradley, and that was the biggest play offensively through the air for the Fairhope Pirates. And we look at the first half stats there, and just 70 total yards of offense for Daphne, 180 for the Fairhope Pirates, and you expect Daphne to have that great defense they have so far here tonight, but Fairhope's defense has been really stout as well. They've really kept everything in front of their linebackers and secondary, not giving the young quarterback many looks down the field, and all we've had so far there was the field goal by Rayburn, and our only scoring thus far, and expect this to be a tight game the rest of the way, but it does feel like Fairhope's had a little more control of the game than Daphne, yet it's only a 3-point lead.
Yeah, Daphne's defense really does a great job at the line of scrimmage, but sometimes they get a little out of place, and that's led to a play or two quarterback draw and things like that.
Mostly putting themselves out of the play. Because other than that, Jamar Mason has just took over the defensive line.
All right, Daphne, as we said, down 3-0. Let's find out what Kenny King had to say at halftime to Tara.
He said they've always prided themselves on being a good defensive team. He said he was impressed with what he saw in that first half. Here in the second half, we're going to see a new offensive side of Daphne. Senior Gage is coming back in at quarterback, so we'll wait and see what happens there.
All right, good piece of work there, Tara. So Gage Bonner, Gage Bonner got hurt first week, hurt his thumb on Wednesday, and so now they're marking a penalty off against Fairhope on too much. Well, I was wondering about maybe too much time with the band. I'm not sure what's.
I think they're trying to decide which way they're going to kick or what.
Okay, now they're a little confusion there. So Gage Bonner got hurt week before the week of practice before the first game, and so Trent Battle has played the whole year, and Bonner. Zach Golson told Dan and I on the field before the game that he may be able to get out there tonight, so we'll get the first look at the senior quarterback.
Just an illustration of how good Jim and I are keeping a secret. We didn't mention it.
All right,
well, any little edge they can gain, sure they want to pull it out right now.
Battle the quarterback. Jim may be a good enough athlete where he slides out and still has a chance to impact the game.
Still like the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
Wow. Rayburn. Seems that one.
He kicked that one to Spanish Fort, didn't he?
Yeah, it was trending toward Daphne, that's for sure. It was a big kick. He has the big leg, and he's responsible for the only points thus far here tonight. So there he is, Gage Bonner, senior quarterback.
It's been tough on him, a guy that, was going to be the starter his senior year and out so long with an injury right before that. It was like Wednesday before the opener.
Yep. And that tip your hat to Trent Battle being thrown into that position, how well he's done. And kind of see it a little bit there. It was
a little rust. That one kind of died on him right there, but give him a minute to get in the swing of things. Got that one kind of out of his system there in terms of the butterflies.
Zach Golson was saying, he said, I'll watch and see how he's the offensive coordinator, Daphne, so we'll see how he throws the ball today. He said he's been getting better. He said, but he's still not 100%. That's for sure.
Didn't look it there for sure.
That's it. Keep your eye on Malik McLean. He's in the slot. He'll be to the bottom of the screen. 6'5", sophomore receiver. Bonner gives that one off to Farmer. Farmer disrupted in the backfield. He's going to be pushed back for a loss and a flag on the play as well.
Yeah, good defense there. Just not giving up the edge, even though he tried to suck him in and then take it from there on the outside. But
Grayson Hooks.
Fairhope up to the task.
Yeah, junior linebacker there.
Did a great job.
A sideline warning on the home team.
Sean Kelly with the warning there against the Pirates. So now you're 3rd and 15 with your quarterback's 3rd play of the season and a bum hand coming back from that. So we'll see what, and you're going to empty the backfield. Oh, no, they'll keep Farmer back there with him. They get it to him, and he slips down back to the 9, a loss of 6.
Yeah, tell you what, Fairhope was ready for that little screen. I mean, immediately the defensive lineman was like, wait a minute, you're trying to sell me something. That's a little too easy. You let me get by you. Let me find this running back and tackle him, because I know you're setting the screen up.
They were backtracking real quick,
Absolutely.
man. That's a tip of the hat to that Fairhope defense and Coach Tim Carter, who specializes on that side of the ball. He had them ready.
You could tell right there his fingerprints was all over it. He's a good coach all around, I think.
All right, Guajardo from his own end zone. Bradley stands at midfield for the Pirates. Guajardo, left-footed kicker, sends Bradley all the way back to the 40. Bradley a cut up and inside. He's across midfield. Now into Daphne territory. All the way out near the 35. We'll see if they mark him out of bounds. Maybe closer to the 30.
That kid there has some quicks right there. Watch him split those defenders right there, and they don't even know what went by him. I mean, and that was an SEC back he cut on there and made him miss.
Yeah. That's a tough punt. Guajardo, the left-footed kicker, angling to his left and kicking it back to the right side of the field.
And he had to kind of catch it over his head on a bounce, and he was able to elude Williams, the Alabama commit at corner.
So 3 and out.
Try to get 16 the ball, guys, huh?
We'll put it up at the 31-yard line. Great field position here for the Pirates to open things up in the 3rd quarter. They lead it 3-0. DeMel Bell right up the middle. He'll pick up 4. Bell, another one of those guys you get a little tired of tackling as the night goes on.
You know, you would think he's got good acceleration and a really good size at 210 for high school. That's a big back.
Yeah, let's hope this kid here in Craftley, he's okay and not hurt too bad. It's like Jairus DuBose-Lee.
Yeah, the junior.
Craftley is nothing serious, but quickly he kind of went to the ground.
So checking out maybe the right leg there.
So far, it's been a pretty injury-free game up until this point here. Referees, I like to credit too for keeping the kids safe. Always talk to them about some quick whistles.
Kenny King out there.
Certainly he's concerned about his player. Good sportsmanship by these two teams. Kneeling both sides. Love to see that by both football teams when there's an injured player. And thank God he's up to his feet at least. It's like he's favoring that left leg heavily.
Hobbles. Oof. Again, man, you can tell in some tremendous pain there.
He is.
Let's hope it's not as bad as it appears there. Certainly sending prayers up for him and his family.
He'll head off and get this one back going again. Gain of 4 on 1st down for Bell. So 2nd and 6. Here for the Pirates. Riley Leonard. More quarterback. Looks over toward the bench, and now he's ready. Looks to the right side. Oh, they'll slip that one out. Able to get it off to JT Turner up the right side, and Turner with a big gain.
Yeah, he just kind of slipped out there in the flat, wide open. And I think the backers on that side were coming, so he was wide open there and just turns the football up and gets a big hug from Christian Miller right there.
Pickup of
Williams, excuse me.
22,
Williams.
so first and goal. Here for the Pirates. Leonard gives it to Bell right up the middle. We've got our first touchdown of the night, and Fairhope extends their lead here at home.
Yeah, went right there in that A gap. Nobody's at home, and there's what you're looking for, Jim. The cannon blows off right there, signaling a score for the Fairhope Buccaneer Pirates.
Big 3-and-out on defense, and the good punt return by Ramon Bradley puts Fairhope in business to open things up here early in the third quarter. Rayburn will try to make it a 10-point lead, kicking it right toward the Friday Night Rivals banner. Ooh, bad snap. Good job by Turner to get that one right in for Rayburn to be able to put it through. So Fairhope, it's our first score of the night. Bell right up the middle, and the Pirates on top by 10. Fairhope increasing their lead, 10-0. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Locataire, Reeves on the sideline. Jared Kihos down in the truck. David Sharp, our statistician, back with us this week, and our entire crew doing a great job setting things up in a bit of a rainy day here at times in Fairhope. And Rayburn sends this one back into the end zone.
One of those rainy weeks as well. You know, save money on the sprinklers. I cut them off this week.
That guy. That's right there. There you go. Fiscally conservative, aren't
Absolutely. Environmentally conscious.
No, he's just cheap on the water bill. That's really what it is. 3 plays, 31 yards, just 42 seconds. And Fairhope takes advantage of the short field, and now we'll see Trent Battle comes right back out at quarterback. So Gage Bonner, I just wonder if Zach Golson looked and said, boy, you're just not able to sling it the way you could if you were entirely healthy.
Yeah, he told us that before the game. He thought he was getting better, but didn't know if he was well enough.
Young comes in motion. They hand it to him, and he gets on the left side. Absorbs a hit at the line of scrimmage and stays on his feet and gets maybe one.
They're running a little jet sweep there, but Fairhope's up to the task of protecting the edges.
Both teams have done a great job of that defensively.
Oh, for sure.
Really haven't been able to get anything wide on either team.
Nope. Not going to get that out of a Coach Carter team or a Coach Kenny King.
Almost always a good sign of a, well-coached team.
Absolutely. Hat in the gap and out there on the wide gap.
Rolling up the far side now is Battle, and he's got his biggest run of the night across midfield. Pressure from behind, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 35.
He's kind of negotiated the middle there until he just found an opening. Just kept finding somewhere. I'll go here, I'll go there. All right, now I'll turn the speed on. Breaks in the clear there and gets out of bounds safely.
Wow. That's an athlete right there, guys.
Tell you what, Daphne needed that one.
They really did. They struggled, only 80 yards total offense at the half, something like that, right?
Picks up 42 on that one.
Bonner back in.
Yep. In the backfield, Farmer. That handoff was really deep. Farmer didn't have much time to.
Yeah, they were trying to run some kind of stretch play there, but I tell you what, the defense was stretching it backwards, not wide like they would like it.
Stretch play, the back usually just kind of drifts along the line of scrimmage.
Exactly.
Picks a spot during some zone blocking and cuts it up, but that was not going to work from the start.
Loss of 4. Battle. Gets this one off.
And that time they tried to run the 49ers counter trade for the Redskins, and it just was not there. They cut that thing back inside where all the defense is.
Roger Craig used to run that.
Absolutely. They made it famous.
Yeah.
Pogue got 1, so 3rd and 13, and they keep Bonner in at quarterback.
A play becomes famous when people block well. It always looks good on the whiteboard.
It does.
Bonner fakes the pitch, now looking over the middle. He's got Young, and he's got the first down at the 24. Braxton Jordan was right there, but C.J. Young, and he's going to get a 15-yard penalty for motion the first down after that one.
Poor C.J.
Boy, he took a big lick.
Yeah, they're not allowing any type of celebratory or
Okay, best throw of the night from Bonner here.
It's a great throw.
Show anything that is not good sportsmanship
Great
with your
catch.
team.
And he just kind of almost points out one little finger. He's not even like the whole arm isn't even extended. Just points that way. But
7.5-yard penalty instead of 15.
yeah.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. It's a 15-yard penalty. They'll first down.
Wow. Yeah, I think Coach Savarese just don't want anything to do with
putting live football games on TV in the playoffs.
And if it's on TV live, he certainly don't want you showboating towards the cameras.
Yeah, boy, yards. It's such a premium here.
Yeah, that could prove to be costly.
Well, after C.J. did it, he knew right away, like, oops, that's what got me in trouble last time.
Yeah. Is that the same kid did it?
No, it was the Fairhope player who got Bradley got the 15 yards. So we had one on each side now. And now Battle back in. Pitches this one off to Joseph Hall. And sophomore tries to turn the corner.
Oh, my bad. That was Battle, right, Fairhope. Similar athletes.
Yep.
Guys that they just try to get it to and see what happens, man. And you can see things can happen when you get it in their arms.
Pick up a 4 on first down. Trent Battle back in here in the middle of this series, and good penetration.
Really elementary there by the coordinator, just trying to, he pitched it and was successful the opposite direction, then fakes the pitch the other direction, and then just tries to keep it.
Yeah.
But if you're playing
crashing down.
If you're playing sound defense, hey,
trying to influence
read your keys, that's not going to happen. Yeah,
right.
He's trying, but usually don't get you back-to-back like that. So got to get a little bit more creative than that, even on this level.
All right, now Bonner back in at quarterback on 3rd and 5. He went across the middle last time on 3rd down. He sets up, looks to the other side now. He'll pull it down, pressure from the backside, long all the way over to Darius Johnson. I thought the ball was going to get hit when he had his arm cocked back there and got it off, but Johnson couldn't hold on to it.
A la Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Jim's used to seeing that every week now. He's expecting it on Friday.
Bonner stepping up in the pocket here. And
well, that would have got him 15 on the league there for roughing the passer, huh?
You are correct on that. So now we're going to try a 51-yard field goal. Diego Guajardo.
Like this, huh?
He made a 53-yarder against BC Rain, and we get a whistle. So that'll give us a chance while we have this timeout. I do want to had a couple of hey guys emails that came into us, and one I really appreciate this, Dan, is just want to give a shout out Fairhope High School. Sheila Howell sending us his email. Her son Brett was the player of the game last year, the game we did here, and now he's at Virginia Military Institute.
Good for him.
Cadet number 48, and so Sheila watching the game here tonight and wanted to give us a shout out and a shout out to Fairhope High School.
And Sheila, say hello to your son from all of us.
Oh, great kid.
If you're up at VMI and you run into him, don't mouth off. That kid was all business.
He was on the pregame show.
Man, we love that kid.
Loved him. Also, Keith Stallings watching the game tonight. Says he enjoys watching our games every Friday night here on UTV 44. And
Keith, we enjoy having you aboard.
Ray Farnell saying the Mary Booth household enjoying watching the game here. I saw her last night and said our kids are long out of high school, but we love watching high school football every Friday night.
Thank you, Mary and Big Ray. Check out this field goal attempt, y'all.
51 yards. Again, he had 53-yarder last week. And this one had plenty of leg, but he pushed it to the near side, and Fairhope's defense comes up with another stand.
Yeah, that one almost went to the skate park over there.
That's amazing. I mean,
it just went to the right a bit.
Distance was not a problem with that at all.
That's what's amazing. It had more than enough of the distance.
Easy.
Yeah, left-footed kicker pulled it
to the right.
Back to the right, yeah. So Daphne's defense will have to come back out here, and Fairhope with the 10-0 lead. We'll get it at the 20 after the missed field goal. Actually, field position gets a little better after the missed field goal for the defense there.
In high school, yeah.
Quick over the middle up to the 35, 15-yard pickup to J.T. Turner.
Yeah, watch him here. He saw him all the way. He didn't even want to complete his fake because he knew he had him and he wanted to get the ball out of his hands quick before he got covered. So
he was
good
anxious.
job by the quarterback there.
Turner's starting to feel it too.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing football and not plays. And that's what it takes to win, especially at the high school level.
That's a great point.
Malachi Gatewood there on the tackle for Fairhope, for Daphne, but not after a officially marked a 14-yard pickup. Bell on the right side, watch out. Demel Bell across the 50, big straight arm like Chris Conti style there. Demel Bell down to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, wow. I mean, he gets through the crowd right here. And then he's in the open field. And he's like, I want a touchdown. I'm not going to give you this right tackle right here. And just puts an exclamation point on his run, no doubt about it. Picks up about 48 yards.
Yeah, 100-yard night now for Demel Bell, and you just kind of saw that one gaining steam.
Well, that was the UTV 44 run of the year so far.
Well, we've seen some good ones tonight.
And they'll spell Bell, and Bryson Martin comes in to get the carry here on first down. Let's see if Sean Kelly, our referee, wants to take a heat timeout. He will. So halfway through the third, Fairhope with a touchdown here in the second half. They led it 3-0 at halftime. Now they're up by a score of 10-0 and drive it again. They've got it on the 17. 5:59 to go in the third on the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals. Here in Fairhope, Pirates on top, 10-0. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Tara Reeds from the sideline, Jared Kihas down the truck, and thanks to our amazing crew bringing these great pictures every Friday night here on UTV 44. David Sharp, our statistician, next to us here. 2nd and 9 for the Pirates. Riley Leonard, he's got Bell in the backfield with him. Leonard wants to keep it. Daphne with some pressure this time as John Davis comes in to make the stop. Daphne needs a little something. Davis has had a great year, the junior. He had a spectacular season coming off the edge there for Kenny King's team. And there we look at Bell, 8 rushes, 105 yards. That helps the yards per carry.
Yeah, and he just started getting warmed up late second quarter into the second half because early on, the Daphne defense was really tight.
3rd and 10. And Fairhope going to take a timeout. Didn't like what they were looking at on 3rd and 10. So you were just talking about if you up at VMI and you run into Brett Howell and you just find your P's and Q's. If you're there tonight and you see he's watching something on Facebook Live, don't try to get in his way because he's watching the game on Facebook Live right now at VMI. Yeah, his mom just emailed in. So, Brett, thanks for watching. Your old team doing well here.
And we like that young guy so much. I wanted to pass along to Miss Howell to give our best to that young guy. And you know, again, it gets to beyond the X's and the O's and even meeting the coaches. But when you meet the young guys,
the Jimmy and Joes,
and you get a chance to know a little bit about what they're all about and their
what
journey,
they're dealing with.
Their journey in life.
Yeah.
And
you like to know when they're doing well and going on forward in life. And
no doubt.
And be productive citizens.
Yep.
Checking in tonight, too, I got Chad Stewart. He and his wife checking out the game, and they're watching their cousin, Jackson Turner.
He said JT's having a...
Yeah, that's what they call him, JT. So, Chad, you and the wife enjoy the game. Thanks for checking in.
Made a couple of big plays here.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's just one of those solid athletes. You love having whatever sport you're playing, you like him on your team.
You can
brings
tell.
a lunch pail, doesn't he?
Yep.
3rd and 10 here for the Pirates. Leonard on the option, pitches it to Bell, and he's got room on the left side. Demel Bell lunges, the ball's knocked loose. I think to say he's down at the 1 foot line. We've seen this play before on a Saturday just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but
and I think they're a bit premature on the cannon because it was not a touchdown.
It was
but
not
I
a
tell you
touchdown.
what, this guy makes the play.
How about the left-handed pitch on the option there?
That pitch was timed perfectly. He sucked in the defender to try to give him some room, and
wow, that's a close.
Christian Williams with his helmet and how able to answer right back for the touchdown, but Christian Williams, the helmet knocked it out of bounds right there at the 1. And the Pirates answer right back and get the touchdown and increase the lead now to 16-0.
Well, they weren't premature with the cannon. They just anticipated it. How about that?
Yeah, I guess
they knew
did.
they were predicting the future.
And while we don't really have a pylon cam, Vania made it as close as we could.
Yeah.
That was a great shot. And
Vanya's about as tall as a pylon, so he did a great job.
Well, yeah, that was not a nice thing to say.
Oh, my God, Vanya, great game.
Great shot, too. We could see that ball.
He does a great job every week.
It went out of bounds before the pylon.
Fearless, too.
Here. Rayburn puts it through. And
by the way, Jim, our shot from down on the sideline was more conclusive than the Texas A&M Florida State camera angle.
And Vania didn't bail out. He stayed right there the whole time.
He's fearless.
Rayburn with the PAT, and it's 17-0. Fairhope with a big lead over Daphne here tonight on UTV 44. Fairhope with 2 touchdowns here in the first 7 minutes of quarter number 3 to build their lead to 17-0. And boy, this defense is played here tonight. Now Daphne going to have to get out of their comfort zone a little bit on offense.
See, I think this is where they get Christian Williams more involved in the offense and try to get a big play to get them at least back in the game comfortably.
Out of default.
And all it takes is a touchdown.
Sam Rayburn.
Easier said than done. Though.
Yeah, right. They're shut out right now.
Absolutely.
Cover. Goes back to the 2. C.J. Young trying to go up the far side, a little stutter step and looking to get up the left side, and then he'll be gang tackled there around the 25. Let's go down to Tara. She's down the sidelines, and she's got a little information about both the cannon and Devin Mitchell, Tara?
Yes, I do. So before the game, Devin Mitchell and I were talking about the infamous cannon, and he said his grandmother wasn't able to attend the last home game, but she knew every time the Pirates scored because she lives within a distance that she can still hear the sound. It's so loud. She said she's hoping to hear it even more times tonight.
A great story. Wow.
Well, Jim and Dan was hoping you were going to report they're out of gunpowder at this point, but they would probably reload if they did run out of gunpowder.
I think that whole ship is filled with gunpowder.
They will not run out.
No.
Battle up to the 34. Let's go back down to Tara. She's got another educator spotlight. Tara.
Hi, I'm joined with Corey Martin, FIF board member. And Corey, I understand there's some FIF fundraising that's going on right now. Tell us about that.
Yes. FIF is putting on. FIF started about 1994. The community came together to put an endowment together for the kids to kind of help the kids with scholastics outside of what they were getting from the state. Since that time, we put a fundraiser together. One of them is fantasy. Now it's called the School of Rock. So we want guys to come out and rock with us. We got the Foxy Iguanas there that night. Live music, food, drinks, dancing, all the good stuff. This money goes towards the kids. We've done many things at the high school, the middle school, and the elementary schools. Each of these 5 schools get $20,000 every year when we raise this money. So this is not just a fun thing. It's a fun thing with a positive reward, okay? So we would like everybody to come out. It's October the 19th at 6 o'clock at the Civic Center downtown.
Corey, we were just talking about the cannon that the Pirates set off every single time they score. As someone who's been in Fairhope for a while, what's your take on the cannon?
The cannon makes me girly. So every time. And I hate the cannon because it's like I'm putting a skirt on. And I know it's going off, you know, so.
So all the screaming that you're hearing on the sideline, it's not just the players celebrating, it's Corey and I screaming.
Yes.
Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Tara. Thanks, Corey.
He knows it's
you
coming.
two can relate to that.
Yeah.
Girly, I think I'm going to use that term for you guys.
50 yards for Dante Lee on that great play, and had a huge hit from the backside that he survived and got it all the way down to the 16-yard line. And so Daphne, now the deepest they've been tonight. Battle wants to keep it on the right side, and he's inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line.
Little counter action right there.
Yeah, watch this here. So far side, Dante Lee, the senior. You know, watch this big hit coming from the backside. Still coming right there. Able to survive.
A young guy.
That was
Jared
Bethea. Yep.
I thought they were going to get a horse collar right there.
I did too. I don't know.
I guess they didn't deem it as such.
Yeah, I don't know how you, if you're calling horse collars, that was one. Had one earlier tonight.
Yep. 2nd and 2 from the 8. Looked like there was movement up front. No. Fired corner. Christian Williams, as Vic Lockett said, get him in and a chance to make a play, and couldn't hold that one.
I don't see how they didn't call motion on the offense there, but
looked like there was.
Apparently it wasn't.
So they don't get the horse collar, but they don't get the motion collar. Maybe the motion call, maybe it shakes out a little bit here. So third.
Big third down.
Yeah, third, but they get a first down. 3rd and 2 from the 8.
Yeah.
And regardless, you got.
Yeah, I think you try to get the first down here.
Yeah. Logan Hyder moves in from tight end now to fullback. And Battle trying to get to the right side. Now he cuts it back inside. And again, Bethea comes up and makes a big hit and drives him back. And it's 4th down.
Well, you can tell why Coach Carter is excited by Jared Bethea. You just talked about the hustle he made trying to come back on that screen. But right there, he finished off the quarterback as he was trying to get that extra yardage to move the sticks.
All right. So you're down 3 scores regardless.
So it's their deepest penetration, Dan. You good with them going forward here on this 4th down?
Yeah, I mean, you're almost in the 4th quarter now. You got a kicker that can almost guarantee you 3.
It's 4th and 2. Christian Williams up to the top of the screen.
Just don't know if you'll get back down here, huh?
Yep.
That's it. Battle looking to pass, looking for Williams. Lobs it to the back corner. Touchdown.
Well, that was a long throw.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have called that, but
Christian Williams down.
Trust Coach King on that one.
Not easy to execute it, but with a great athlete on the backside, Battle lays the ball out just right.
It was hard for us to see all the way back across, and
it was
the
a long
Fairhope
way.
DB was saying no. Hoping maybe does he just?
Oh yeah, he definitely got it. He doesn't have to survive the ground on this league. Touchdown all the way.
I'm hoping maybe he just.
He's okay.
I was hoping he landed on the ball. He knocked the wind out of you a bit there.
Landed funny a little bit. It looks like he's up. And how about, we were from this angle, we're thinking, man, Williams must have made a great play. The ball was laid out perfectly by
Battle, the sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he basically went out there and handed it off to him, didn't he?
Amazing.
Drop it in the basket.
On a 4th down.
Big players making big plays in big moments of the game.
Diego Guajardo to try to make it 17-7.
He's going to bounce this one somewhere in Point Clear. Y'all get ready down there.
And that's what he does. So Daphne answers back. They get on the board on the 4th down touchdown pass. Christian Williams holds on. And it's now 17-7 with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd.
JB, scoot up! Scoot up!
Daphne hacks into the Fairhope lead with that touchdown here, 17-7. And during the break, the Fairhope coaching staff was like making sure that the return team knew there was maybe a chance of a sneaky onside attempt to kick coming, but that was not the case. Guajardo puts it through the end zone.
The way Carter was yelling at his team, they weren't going to sneak it on anybody at that point. Everybody in the stadium could hear him, and it turns out it's nothing to worry about.
6 plays, 75 yards. Big part of that 50-yard catch and run by Dante Lee to set up that drive.
Spectacular play and effort.
So now we'll see if Daphne's defense can get one of those quick 3-and-outs that we've seen Fairhope's defense come up with here in the second half. And
it's like they're minus Christian Williams.
Leonard over the middle, incomplete.
He's going for our guy, JT.
Yep. See that Leonard comfortable throwing the ball over the middle. He's looked that way a lot tonight.
Yeah, that's been the call play. That's been a few times, and they've had some success with it.
Fairhope was quick over the ball there, but now they'll go to their customary.
They got that trips left. Single receiver up top.
Bell hit as he got to the line of scrimmage and nowhere to go.
Ronnie Cleveland making a good play.
He's had a couple of those linebacker in the hole tackles tonight.
That's his job. As D lineman, keep the lineman busy, and he comes in there and cleans it up.
No gain on second down, so 3rd and 10 here for the Pirates.
Again, a sophomore quarterback, you're nursing a 10-point lead.
Back deep in your own end.
Yeah. How cute do you get?
We'll find out, Dan Brennan. Riley Leonard over the middle. He's able to get it complete. Clayton Snyder, his first catch of the night, up to the 33-yard line. But we got a flag back at the 14.
That's a rope.
Yeah. Talk about being cute. That was all pretty.
Yeah, that was nice.
It's coming back.
Other than that.
Yeah, and I was watching as predictably, guys, you had Daphne bringing pressure. And then you put that stress on the offensive line. And somewhere along a gap, somebody held somebody, and the first down comes back. Really nice throw by the sophomore, though, on a 3rd down. Christian Williams back in the game, by the way.
Good.
Sean Kelly will tell us.
On the offense, the 10-yard penalty.
If you thought they had to be careful on 3rd and 10.
This one gets it all the way back to the 8-yard line.
Well, knowing Coach Carter, he'll probably play it safe right here.
I would think.
Just punt the football away, or if they're able to be fortunate and get the first down on a run, I would think.
Riley Leonard.
Oh, no. He believes
22 on a screen, dumped out to the near side. Bell got a block, stays on his feet across the 20 to the 25, but it'll be 5 yards short of the first down.
Well, that's pretty safe there. A little swing pass.
Yeah.
Nothing should be too dangerous in that. You know, you immediately know it's there, and then you immediately know it's not, and it was there.
For a sophomore, he just keeps his poise. That's what Carter talked about at halftime, too, about this young kid. You know, it looks like an easy enough play, but when you're back in your own end zone, you got this Daphne defense keying up to come get you. It's just a swing pass, but it's a good one. And then, of course, the big guy makes it interesting by getting up to the 25.
Rayborn, high kick, and that goes away from Christian Williams. And wow, let's see, that did not. Tried to angle it to the near side, and that one did not travel very far. They're still walking up. It'll be a 20-yard punt. And so Daphne gets it at the Pirate 45 to start. All right, Daphne and Fairhope started playing together back in 1990. It's the 30th meeting between the two teams all time. Who are the two head coaches? Any guesses?
I got Coach Tyler, and I had Savarese.
Savarese wasn't there yet. We know that.
Yeah, one of the two. Who's coaching down in Fairhope? Legend down here in Fairhope.
Rick Cleveland.
That's the first time he's been referred to as a legend. No. Joe Dean. coach.
And I actually thought Coach Tyler was here at Fairhope.
Eddie Tyler was the coach up at Daphne. Of course, Eddie Tyler, the superintendent now in Baldwin County. And now ball loose on the field. And Gage Bonner, did he hit on it? Oh, Fairhope had 2 chances to get there, and then Gage Bonner there. Bethay came out of the pile with it. The officials have not confirmed. Looks like Bonner, and he's
not going to award it to him.
Boy, coming back from an injury and have to get down there right in the middle of that. Let's watch here.
I think that's the last play of the quarter, too.
Farmer dropped it there.
Wow.
Bonner.
That was a very...
well, you know what? I would imagine but they would come out of there with the ball, big boy.
I'm not sure he didn't have it. Legitimately.
Daphne dodges the bullet. They got 2nd and 16 coming up to start quarter number 4. Andy Citron, Injury Attorneys, Friday Night Rivals here on UTV 44. It's been a good one here tonight in Fairhope. Home team with a lead over Daphne 17-7. Jim Cox, Stan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Terry Reeves on the sideline. Jared Kihas in the truck. David Sharp, our statistician. 2nd and 16 to start the 4th. Great defensive play back there. Braxton Jordan able to get a hand and knock that one away from Christian Williams.
Trying to go to the big play guy, the #1 guy on their team.
That was a well-thrown ball,
I'm sure.
Gage Bonner as well, taking a shot there to get it to Christian Williams.
Double covered back there, but almost had a play on it still. Good defense.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a really good play.
Jordan able to knock that one away. 3rd and 16. Bonner steps up in the pocket. Heaves this one over the head of Braxton Jordan and will bring up 4th down. You just see that 1st down fumble. Go back 6 yards behind the chains, and now you got to be 2nd and 16. You got to think about throwing it, just get you out of your...
Yep, get you off schedule, and that's exactly what it did to an offense that's already struggling. And you end up with a 2nd and 16. They're really lucky that they had the ball at all.
Yeah.
Fajardo
starting to press a little bit, starting to see the clock a little bit. Probably getting concerned about possessions.
Pressure coming in. Oh, that's going to be... Nope. Did they throw the flag? The Pirates get away from the... Yeah, that's going to be...
1st down.
Well, it's 4th and 15.
Well, if there's ever such thing as a 15-yarder, I think that was the epitome of it there.
Well, and it should be an automatic 1st down, Jim, if it's unless they just want to call it running in.
And the punter didn't have his mouthpiece in. That could be a penalty on him as well. But,
that didn't look like the most egregious thing on that play, Vic Lockett.
Well, he'd like to have his teeth when he makes our age, for sure. So he wouldn't agree with that. But his back was to the ref, so the ref could not see him.
Sean Kelly.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. It's a 15-yard penalty. Also carries the 1st down.
Wow.
There you go.
So the automatic
Daphne's fortunate there to get a fresh set of downs, or as the kids said, reset the game.
Yeah, let's go down to Tara. She's down the sideline. Tara.
Guys, the team is known for producing talent. Not only did head coach Kenny King spend some time in the NFL, but also defensive line coach Harrion was drafted. And currently, Daphne has the most players on active rosters in the NFL than any other high school in the state of Alabama. TJ Yeldon with the Jaguars, Michael Pierce with the Ravens, Eric Lee, the New England Patriots, and then Ryan Anderson is with the Washington Redskins. And he actually donated some shoulder pads to this Daphne team during the offseason, and he's currently in attendance at this game tonight with legendary Daphne Coach Vic, and also former Daphne standout Torin McGath. He himself was also drafted. Guys.
Yeah, Daphne's had a lot of great play. And Ryan Anderson also playing fullback for the played some fullback for the Redskins as well. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he's
because I've been looking for him on defense.
Yeah, he's doing some double
legend right there too.
The bye week, Kenny King.
Well, Coach Vic had some talent on those teams around 2009, 2010.
And he didn't squander it either.
No.
Won the state championship in 2010. Battle. Rolls out. Avoids the pressure. Keeps looking downfield. Able to get the completion off to C.J. Young. And if he doesn't slip down, he's got a whole bunch of green grass in front of him.
Yeah, he just sort of lost his foot in there, trying to slow down once his quarterback rolls out and delivers it right here. And
boy, Vic, you know, you see
his feet on
all levels. Quarterback gets scrambling like that, and they don't keep their eyes down the field.
He did it.
Great job by Battle there to keep looking downfield, and he's got the first down at the 22. Battle on the pitch to Farmer. Farmer bounces it back to the inside. Gets upended, but he's going to pick up about 7. He's a little slow to get up there. Jordan came up to make the stop.
Yeah, I thought he was going to cut it up here eventually, and he kept getting wide, which wasn't what the team needed, and he finally cuts it up and gets him close to the first down. Get him a very second down and close.
Yeah, give him 9 officially on it, so second and 1.
Officials held on to a flag. They could have maybe gotten a hold.
Give to Hall, and Hall's going to have the first down for the Trojans. So this game on the verge of getting very interesting again.
No kidding, yeah.
Fairhope was up 17-0. They were up 3-0 at the half. 2 touchdowns there in the third quarter.
Well, if they get points here, they can definitely point to the mistake by Fairhope running into the kicker.
You're absolutely correct in that one, Vic Lockett. Joseph Hall stays in the backfield. Clock inside 5, Battle. Pressure coming from the backside to go to the back of the end zone. Was trying to get it to Dante Lee. And
too tall for everyone.
Might have been the best outcome there because it looked like they had some danger. Yeah, they had some danger there. With
I don't know if that was Bethea or not, or was one of the others, but they were right in Battle's face quickly.
2nd and 10. I think it's 2nd and goal, from the 6. And Daphne going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, I think they got the, they got the ability to use their entire playbook here. I mean, we got 8 minutes left in the whole game, and down here you're in 1st, 2nd and goal. So I would say a run or a pass would be safe here. If I was calling it though, Dano, I'd keep it on the ground.
Yeah, and
we've seen Christian Williams out there and looking for the fade. We've seen him twice, one successful, once not to the corner.
I'm with Vic. You're not really panicking right now because if you get it in, you're only down 3 and you got a great kicker.
School football every Friday night. It's the Andy Citron Injury Attorneys Friday Night Rivals here on UTV 44, brought to you by Greer's. Sponsoring football on UTV 44 since 1916. We appreciate their long-time patronage there.
I didn't know it was that long.
And also Fusakli's.
Don't take the food.
Thank you, Vic Lockett. Keeping the foo in football. And beating our crew before the game. Every week, thanks to Fusakli's. 2nd and goal here from the 6. We'll stay on the Eastern Shore next week. Spanish Fort and St. Paul's. A couple of unbeaten teams in the region.
Good matchup right there.
That's why it's our game, right?
Yeah. Looks like this one turned out to be a good matchup, too.
2nd and goal from the 6. They empty the backfield. Battle wants to keep it himself on the right side. Cuts it back in. Touchdown, Trojans.
That's, again, the counter move, right, Vic?
Yep, nice misdirection there. They've been pitching it a lot tonight, so this time it works. Fake the pitch. Fake it, and then, well, actually, it was just a fake flare pass, and he just keeps it and rolls in into the end zone.
Trent Battle with the touchdown, and the sophomore brings his team within 4, waiting the PA here. Make this a 3-point contest. A little seesaw here in the second half. And it is 17-14 with 8.5 to go. 14 straight from the Trojans, and they're back in this one. The battle on the Eastern Shore. We have got a battle in the Battle of the Eastern Shore. 17-14. Great point there by Vic Lockett. Fairhope 17-7, about to get the football back. Stopped Daphne offensively, and then a roughing the kicker penalty on a 4th and 16 with the automatic first down.
Daphne was very fortunate to capitalize on that because it certainly could be the turning point of the game.
Let's tell you about our Scholastic athletes. We got 2 of them from Fairhope this week. Clayton Connick, senior, plays football here, 4.15 GPA. First priority leadership, National Honor Society. Presidential scholar as well, going to University of Alabama. A scholarship there.
The university.
And also Jackson Hutchinson, a senior. He's going to attend the Merchant Marine Academy. First priority lead, National Honor Society, Mr. Fairhope High School, and Student Government Association secretary. So Jackson
Jim
Hutchinson.
Cox, you were professor there, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, didn't have that skill set, Vic Lockett. On the pitch, Bell puts the brakes on, and he's going to be caught for a loss there. Great penetration. Ronnie Cleveland again in there for the Daphne defense.
I think you should go there and talk to him about a master angler course.
I don't think that's what they're teaching there, Vic. I don't think that's what they're...
It would fill up with Southerners for sure.
I don't think that's on the syllabus.
They can add it to the curriculum.
2nd and 14, and you feel a little momentum shift taking place in this football game.
Yeah, it's not your imagination.
Right here. Leonard, the pitch. Bell gonna get stopped for another loss as Marion Collins in there, and the Trojans are pushing the Pirates backwards.
Yeah, you know, if we're keeping up with stats for tackle for loss, I mean, they may be close to 50 yards if you compile them all, because they have just lived in Fairhope's backfield.
They do it every time we watch them.
Yeah.
And
got good, big, strong linemen that can run.
3rd and 18 now. Back all the way at the 11. Yeah. Sophomore quarterback, first start, like you're talking about, dangerous territory.
Deja vu.
Riley Leonard looks far side, and it's going to be complete, but it's going to be well short of the first down. And Ramon Bradley with a catch there, but a 3 and out by this Daphne defense, and now they can get a chance to get good field position again.
Kicking off to Christian Williams.
Yeah.
Punting, I should say. Not something you want to do.
Yeah, and Sam Rayborn's been trying to kick it away from him, but he's
giving up yardage.
Yeah.
One good thing for Daphne there, the reception, not enough for the first down, not close, but it was a reception, so the clock keeps rolling, and that may be a big factor here in a minute or two.
Yeah, Fairhope with just 1 timeout left as well. This time, Rayborn will boom this one, and all the way back to the 35 is Christian Williams. And Williams breaks 1 tackle, but not the second. He'll be tackled at the 33-yard line. Good coverage.
Yeah, because he had visions of traversing the football field, but Fairhope did a good job of containing him.
Janoyan on the tackle there. You look at this Daphne team. We said we're 2-2 coming in there, while Theodore, they're playing lights out. And Daphne got the win over there, lost to Spanish Fort and Saraland, both unbeaten in region play. Then they got BC Rain last week. And now here at Fairhope, and we kind of look toward the end of that schedule there. It gets a little tougher in region play to close things out.
And Kenny King lamenting to us before, we're really not complaining, just saying, yeah, this is it. This is our schedule, and we got to deal with it.
Play the cards you dealt, huh?
Yep.
They keep Trent Battle in at quarterback. Battle steps up right side. He's able to drop that one in. He's got it complete to Darius Johnson. What a throw by the sophomore.
Man, a lot of faith in this kid's arm, and he drops it right in there, Vic.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. You know, I was concerned about it when it was unfolding, but no, he does a little bit of look off on the safety. You see that?
Completely.
And then just turns and delivers a rope over there.
That was about as close as you can come to a 30-yard no-look pass.
27 yards to Johnson. Johnson did a good job to concentrate, bobbled it for a moment, but pulled it in, and now Daphne driving. They're in Pirate territory. 6 minutes to go, 17-14. Fairhope trying to hang on, but Daphne with the football and all the momentum right now. Metal Roofing Center raised the roof fan cam. First and 10 at the 41. Here for the Daphne Trojans. They trailed 17-0 here in the third quarter.
They don't have to get far to get in their kicker's range, by the way.
You're right. Joseph Hall, the sophomore, to the 35.
And here again, you know, their entire playbook is at their disposal. Don't have to press. Don't have to get it in chunks. You know, just move the football down the field. Cap it off with some type of score.
Yeah, an amazing thing.
Time.
Yeah, they are right now. If they get stonewalled right now, they've got a chance to line up and give it a shot. And that's an amazing kicker they have.
CJ Young with a catch. Down to the 29-yard line. Going to bring up third and short.
Well, he's close.
Actually going to be enough.
Give it.
Yep.
Enough to kick the sticks, move it.
I thought he was going to be about a yard short, but no, he's got it at the 29. And they'll wind the clock again as we approach 5 minutes to go.
More drama at the end of this one than we saw coming when it was 17-point deficit.
Absolutely right on that one. Inside handoff Hall. Hall for a couple. Aspen Pitt. And the first one's in there for the Pirates.
They're bringing in a personnel group here, Vic. If you want to try and break this down, they've got to
maybe get heavy on one side and go with the unbalanced line.
They've got, they may, and one of the guys coming in, he is one of their tight ends. It looks like he's going to be lined up more as an H-back.
Well, then they've got a tackle out there at the tight end position.
Battle wants to go to the H-back, and it gets tighter, but a great open field tackle is Braxton Jordan, who's played really well here tonight for the Fairhope Pirates.
Braxton Jordan just didn't play with his heart and physically there. He played with his head because that was designed to fall. You know, you want to get this team to fall asleep and not realize the tight end's going to drag out there, the H-back, as it were.
Yeah.
Looked like he was there simply to block Jim. And
6'3", 200-pound tight end brought down in space.
Man.
3rd and 7.
That was a great play.
Daphne, as you see there, with 2 timeouts left. I think they're going to take one of them here.
Yeah, they want to be sure they got the right personnel, right play. I don't know if it's as crucial as a down it is, especially when you got a kicker in your back pocket, as Dan alluded to.
Yeah.
They can come in and tie this thing up. But if you can get the first down and keep this drive alive, then you're really cooking with some hot grease and gas.
Yeah, he's 8 of 10 on field goals this year, and including one of 53 yards last week. So he's got the leg. Andy Citron, Injury Attorneys, Friday Night Rivals, sponsored each and every week by Metal Roofing Center and Supply. They bring you our fan cam each week. Lots of great fan shots here of huge crowd.
Well, you know, we could have used a metal roof here tonight. We're out here amongst the crowd in the tent. Maybe we'll need to talk to them about setting us up a quick metal roof next time we're outside.
It's been fun, though.
Great night, great outdoor night here.
Alabama legend Vic Lockett making friends.
Oh, yeah.
Always happens, but
got
when you
great
put
fans here around us. They're mostly band member fans, but they're here and they're going to enjoy the rest of the third and fourth quarter as well.
The people's analyst, Vic Lockett, right here in the crowd. Right?
Got the cowbell, Mississippi State right behind me.
Yeah, Jared Kios and his crew putting the 10 up for us here this afternoon. 3rd and 7 from the 26 for the Trojans. Battle, quarterback draw, trying to get to the outside. There's a late flag that comes in as Battle lunged.
You gonna get a hole here?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big call.
Back at the 25, and that's going to push it all the way back to the 35. See Kenny King strolling out there.
You know, this is the definition of a safe play. And they're just, this is the last thing they're thinking is that they're going to go backwards on this play.
Sure.
Quarterback draw, he's going to read it. They're going to give him enough of a lane. But again, these defenses put pressure on you and put stress on you. And that's what happened.
Block in the back.
There you go.
Third down.
Wow.
What a tough call.
Yeah, it is.
Same result back to the 35.
After the penalty, 3rd and 16 for the Trojans.
So a 3rd and 16. And now, again, Cameron Farmer back in at running back. Battle steps up, looking down the middle of the field, and it was almost intercepted. Braxton Jordan had a chance.
He was going for Christian Williams again. He was triple covered back there. He'd had to throw it really deep back there behind the end zone, or deep in the end zone, I should say. He did get behind him, but
it's going to bring up a
not good
51-yard. Yeah, about a 51-yard field goal attempt here as you see. Oh, boy. Braxton Jordan, who's played so great here tonight. He's going to see that one tonight. All right, so Diego Guajardo had a 53-yarder last week. Tried from 51.
Wow.
Plenty of leg. And this one is tied at 17.
wow.
What a weapon.
I think we could use that young man in Tuscaloosa.
He could play anywhere.
There's some NFL teams that would have taken him after week 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, look at that. I mean, he had
That was a
plenty of leg. I mean, he probably could have made that one from 58.
And a lot of times, especially younger kickers, for a long one, they have to kick with such a low trajectory. Yeah. Not him.
No.
Huge leg, not a chance to get it blocked, and 17 unanswered here.
Another one of those young guys we talk about you actually get a chance to meet and say hello to a kid, and saw him at the 1st and 10 club and watched him represent himself and his school very well. And wow, what a kick, and what a, you can make it from 51. That's great. Can you make it from 51 with 3 minutes to go and you're down 3?
Yeah, and Dan Brennan and Jim Cox looking down you, calling the game and calling your
on
name
TV.
out.
Yeah.
Yes. So
that
and don't
wasn't
think he didn't know it.
That was probably not going through his mind. I don't think
his team knows when they're on. Every team knows when they're on television. And that heightens the game just a bit. Back in my day when we knew we were on radio.
Yeah.
It heightened the game just a bit.
You would be
at Alabama, if we knew Keith Jackson was calling the game, we were going to bring our A game.
Well, you knew when Lee Shervanian showed up with his telegraph machine back when you played, Victor, that was a big game.
My good friend Lee Shervanian.
Hall of Famer.
Yes, he is. True to his game.
All right. And
curious.
Now, this one goes out of bounds. So a bit of a miscue there.
I don't think that was a call kick.
No, I
can't imagine it was.
I just think that's a lot of momentum in that, a lot of adrenaline in that young man right now after making that big kick. But
there's a big outcome to this, because look at the field position for another team with plenty of time and their own great kicker.
Yep, he too has made one from over 50 this year, and there's
at their home field.
Tim Carter,
with their home crowd.
Yep.
Tim Carter told Artera on the sideline at halftime, he said, it's going to come right down to the end. Now, midway through the third, I'm not sure he was thinking this was going to be how it was going to shake out.
Or this end, huh?
Yeah.
And he wasn't hoping it would at that point.
A 17-0 lead is evaporated here in the fourth quarter. DeMel Bell, and there's Cleveland, but Bell pushes forward. He's going to end up getting 3. Cleveland was right there in the hole, but Bell pushes forward. And
was that like LeBron? He was trying to get out of Cleveland. He almost did.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'm not new at this. Now what, guys, huh?
Well,
less than 3 minutes to go, Jim?
Yeah, and now you are starting to feel a bit of a north breeze come, which would be at the back for Rayburn.
I feel it.
2nd and 7. Leonard over the middle. Is able to get that one complete to the 35-yard line as the sophomore Ramon Bradley. It's going to be good.
That's a couple of sophomores. Don't play like sophomores.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Raleigh did a good job. Hey,
got the first down. Yep.
Fake the fake and get the ball out of my hands.
Now look what Vic said earlier. He's not playing the playbook. He's playing football.
He's playing football, and that wins on this level.
Right up to the 45. Call it the 46. Leonard with pressure coming. Steps up, tries to avoid it. More pressure. Lots of pressure. That was be a flag there. I'm not sure if there may have been a face mask at some point in there.
Yeah, he grabbed the back of his helmet.
Yeah, see
so
Hamilton.
Call it that.
Hamilton Baker hobbling around as well. Let's see.
This guy.
Right there.
Yeah.
Kind of more of a, it grazed it and then more of an ear hole, but the flag came in really late, and Ronnie Cleveland there.
This could be huge.
Face mask.
Wow.
On the defense. Yeah, 15-yard penalty.
Should I say it, Jim? It didn't look egregious.
Wow, to the 41, and now Hamilton Baker is still hobbled there. He's played well tonight for the Trojans at his linebacker spot. And the breeze is like noticeably picking up now from the north, which would be at the back of Rayburn.
Yeah, but it could also mean we got something else going to show up with it, and you don't want anything.
We may need that MRC metal roof for sure now.
Yeah.
Take a look at what Fairhope has got coming up. Look how they started the year. Wetumpka, #1 team in 6A. Wetumpka just hung 63 opponent last week, and then
okay out there limping off.
you see the tight game to Theodore. They turned the ball over 4 times in the loss to Theodore, 17-10, and came back, beat Davidson, and Daphne Baker and Foley go down to Allen Bryant, close things out with McGill, which that game could have huge region championship implications. And still slowly making his way over.
Yeah, let's say a prayer for sure for Hamilton Baker. Hopefully he's okay. He's played a well of a football game, and just hate to see the waning moments of the game. He's not able to be out there and continue contributing.
Yeah, and it was right from as soon as that play was over, he was hopping around trying to work it loose. Yeah, right. All right, 2 minutes to go. Tied at 17. Pirates at the 41. Bell up the middle. Baker rides him to the 38.
Yeah, Ronnie Cleveland again wrapping him up. Now, you know, Daphne's known for their defense, and the game's pretty much in their hand to keep their team in it. Let's see if they answer the bell.
Well, you don't need too many more yards to give Rayburn a shot.
Correct, and that's what I'm saying. Daphne's got to show up.
Leonard rolling out. Big sack all the way back to the 47-yard line is Marion Collins, and we'll see if Fairhope takes a timeout.
Well, I think that ding-ding answers the bell right there.
That does right there. This is what Vic was talking about.
Make a big play, lose more yardage.
Yeah, they just said we're gonna bring it, and if you make a big play, you do. But
3rd and 16. Oh, now they blow the whistle, and they had something going on the near side. I'm not sure if Fairhope took the timeout or did Daphne take the timeout.
Prior to the snap, illegal procedure on the offense.
Okay.
The 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Wow. It's 3rd and 21. Wow. They had it drawn up kind of the way they wanted that. Now the players did slow down when they heard the whistle.
Yeah,
but
he did. But this really puts Fairhope offense in a bind now. Way, way, way behind the chains.
Well, now you start thinking, too, do you keep it on the ground to make Daphne, burn their last time out? Thinking about, let's see. They do not appear to be in a huge hurry as we approach 45 seconds to go. 3rd and 21. Riley Leonard over the middle and incomplete. It stops the clock with 41 seconds left.
That kid's got moxie, though. I'll tell you what, he's a gamer. He's in the middle of a big game, just a sophomore, thrown into the situation because of an injury to the starting quarterback last week, and it's not a lack of effort on his part, for sure.
Oh, that sack, so big.
Yeah.
So big.
Negated the 15-yard face mask.
Yep. Christian Williams back deep.
That's somebody could change the game in a heartbeat.
In a hurry.
Rayborn tries to boom it to the corner, and let's see. Williams takes it at the 98. Let's see here. There's a flag right there. Williams dropped down at the 9, and it's going to be
great job by the point coverage team.
Yep, half the distance here, and we hadn't had one, and well, I hadn't had one. We haven't got any free football this year.
We're about to.
Well, I know, Jim, you'll take it since you're close to the homestead. We'll take it to
it's not like it's not like I live next to Devin's grandmother, you know. I mean,
well, at least you're on the Eastern Shore tonight.
Yeah. So we got another Trojan alumni, Pat Ivy, watching the game. Went to Daphne High School. He's watching the game down in Orange Beach tonight.
You know, me and Lockett, we're city kids.
Exactly.
We got to get on that Bayway.
But I think Jim would still be excited.
Foul. Blindside block on the receiving team. We half the distance to the goal. We first down.
It's pretty much academic. But he'd be excited if we were at Baker as well.
He would.
He loves football.
I complain about the drive, but yeah, Dan Brennan.
Just saying that it's interesting to see how far they put this ball back.
Half the distance, so it's all the way back.
It's not much more than what he already.
So about the 3.5. So I think you don't want to get a safety.
No, you don't.
Well, you just take a knee and just say, hey, we're happy to try to get to overtime. A lot of bad things can happen. We've seen a lot of crazy high school football games end, right?
Careful where you take a knee.
Battle. Keeps it on the right side, and he's up the sidelines and a whole bunch more. Out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line, and at least now you can have a big exhale.
Got him out of jail.
Got a lot of 2 or 3 seconds ran off that clock. I guess the referees were late in signaling out of bounds, but
Battle did a good job slipping out the back door and getting them out of jail. And
so you
it was a late dead ball call, though. I agree with you. When you stepped out of bounds, seems like a bit earlier than when they stopped the clock.
Yep, and that could mean something.
Yeah,
Let's see.
So you
seconds count.
You got a timeout here. You throw it across the middle of the field, whatever you do. Again, you want to get it down to about the 35. Give your kicker another chance at a 50-yard field goal. Battle steps up, looking downfield. He's going to keep this one. He's going to have a first down, so we'll stop the clock with 5.6 seconds left. Now they will restart the clock once they get the chains set. Put a first down up to the 45.
Got to spike it.
Did they take their time out here?
You need about 20 yards.
Yeah,
I think they took their time out. Somebody. I didn't get a signal from the ref.
Yeah.
It'd be tough for a high school team to execute something 20 yards in
5.5 seconds.
Yeah, get a timeout. Tough for anybody, really.
All right. 17-7. This is a 3-0 game at halftime. Fairhope. Then Fairhope up 17-0, 17 straight by Daphne, and they've got the ball with 5.5 seconds left here and a long way to go. Andy Citron, injury attorneys. Friday night rivals here on UTV 44. I thank Coastal Alabama Community College for being a part again of our high school football coverage. Another great partner. They've been with us a long time. And glad to have them back here in 2018. Good look there. Great setting here in Fairhope.
There's the pylon cam. Kind of, sort of. Our version.
Is that Bania just standing there next to it?
I think Bania just set the camera down on the ground and said, I'm tired of holding it. All right, so. All right. Christian Williams lined up over on this side. I talked about, keep your eye on number 1, Malik McClain, 6'5" receiver. right, here we go. Battle with pressure. Flips it to the far side and out of bounds. 4/10 of a second.
Oh, my
At
goodness.
the 39. All right, would you try a 56?
Oh, of course you would.
With this guy, yeah, I'd try
Here we
60.
go. Could you? All right. But he got out of bounds. All right. And the wind, the little north breeze we had has stopped. All right, this is going to be a 56-yard attempt.
I'm sure he's going to try to make the kid think about it, right?
Yeah, they do have a timeout to burn. Fairhope does.
Tim Carter doesn't look like he's going to take it. Let's see. Snap is high. And we're going to overtime. Never had a chance. It was a high snap. Kind of hot and went through.
I thought it went low to snap. Did I miss?
It kind of came out high.
Yeah, I thought he just did not handle it.
Oh,
so get a replay of it.
All right, so let's look here.
Yeah, it kind of was at his face and in his helmet, so it's been a tough
inside and high.
Down. Yeah.
Cameron Williams trying to get there. All right, so how about Daphne? Last time they were in overtime, 2003.
Wow.
There's the overtime rules in 6-point font if you'd like to read them on your TV screen.
Good luck.
There. So basically you're going to get it at the 10. That's what's going to happen. Then you're going to alternate. That's what's going to happen here. Coin toss will determine who gets the ball first. You win the toss. You want to go on defense to see what your opponents can do.
What you have to get.
Yeah, so Daphne, last time in overtime, 2003, lost in double overtime to Davidson, 38-37.
Feels like we were at that game.
I think we were in 2003.
Feels like we were at that game.
And last time Fairhope was in overtime was in 2010, also to Davidson. That was in round 2 of the playoffs.
Wow.
35-28 they lost.
And I hate that we weren't able to see Guajardo give that thing a shot. Give it a kick and see what would happen. That would have been the most dramatic thing. 56 to win one?
Well, I think everyone on the side of the stadium we're on right now is okay that he didn't get the chance. But that would have been some
for drama's sake.
Oh, and just
they would have exploded on the opposite side.
Yeah, how about a chance for a kid to make a 56-yarder to win the game after he don't forget he made a 51, I believe, go back to tie the game.
Yeah.
So.
And that one looked like it had plenty of leg, the 51-yarder, so.
Yeah, there's nothing to say that he wouldn't have did it if it would have been toe to ball.
Yeah,
there he is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's feeling confident about it if he would have got it, too. Just telling his demeanor there.
I think he's an excellent soccer player, too. No big shock, right? Good athlete. And he wanted the chance. Watching, we watch these kickers in pregame and
just booming them.
Wow, both.
And the weapons they also pose when they're sending them out of the end zone each time and making each team start at the 20. I mean, those are just yards that you don't really see on the score sheet. But you have to start at the 20 each time. That's a big weapon to have. So 17-17 again. It's 3-0 at the half. Then Fairhope comes out, puts 2 touchdowns on the board in the third quarter, and it's 17-0. And you're starting to think, ooh, they might going to run away with this here.
Yeah.
Daphne goes down and scores. Daphne gets the ball back. They're going to punt it back to Fairhope on a 4th and 16, roughing the kicker call. Fairhope takes that down, drives. Daphne takes that down, drives on Fairhope, makes it 17-14. And then they get the field goal there in the 4th to tie it at 17, and that's where we are at right now.
Well, the war on the Eastern Shore at the moment has signed a truce for a ceasefire, and we will commence back to war, tear up the treaty, dispute the truce, and let's go back and play some more football.
Here we go.
All right. Before Vic Lockett uses any more words he heard on the History Channel one night, we're going to start here at the 10.
How did you know I love that channel?
Our Metal Roofing Center fan cam raising the roof here tonight. Student bodies.
They're excited.
Lots to cheer about. So Daphne will have the ball first. Trent Battle, sophomore quarterback. See what he's done here tonight on the ground, and really great poise as well. Doesn't make poor decisions.
No, he's been great, and Would not surprise me to keep the ball in his hands on first down.
They bring Jay Pogue back in at running back. 225 pounds, more of a banger back there. We'll see. Going to the corner, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Dante Lee. That one broken up back there as well. Lee had that big 50-yard run. Cohen was back there on the coverage.
Yeah, I think the receiver kind of wasn't thinking it was coming his way. He kind of looked around the last second. Needed to kind of help his quarterback as well there, because that could have been an easy pick.
Yeah.
And then Fairhope can just turn around and kick the field goal, huh?
Yep, they could.
So first possession here in overtime, no matter what happens. Fairhope's going to get the ball.
Good format for high school football where it's not sudden death.
Now we see C.J. Young in the backfield. We split him out. Fake it to him. Battle. Eludes two tacklers. Trying to get to the far corner. He's going to be stood up and driven out at the 5. It's a 3rd and goal now. Coming up, Mayor Dane Haygood. We were talking with him. Daphne Mayor. They're watching. He said, "You gonna stay for the whole game?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I'm staying for the whole game." And he's true to his word here. Could have gone home and watched the end of it on TV 44, but over on his sideline. The Jubilee Cup, what they're playing for here tonight. Be a presentation after the game.
Boy, this kid has really gotten better as the years gone on.
And he's only going to keep getting better as well. Just a sophomore.
Saw him against Spanish Fort, second game of the year.
Played better the second half of that game.
Got 8 seconds, 7.
Battle. Gives it off to Pogue. He's driven back, way back, outside the 10. Del Hagen, senior outside linebacker, having a great year for Fairhope, and comes up with a stop there. And now Diego Guajardo will try to give his team the lead. A 25-yard chip shot compared to what we've seen him do tonight.
Well, here it comes down to execution now.
Snap.
Up front, snap, hold, timing of the kick.
Snap was better, and no good.
Wow, 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 wow.
It seemed like it was outside the upright. Yeah, it was.
He just pushed that one.
He hit it flush. He didn't aim it well enough. Wow.
It was over on the far hash. It just kept going that way.
Yeah, it stayed there.
Well,
so
I tell you what, let me pre-warn you, these cannons are going to probably fire off triple times.
So now Fairhope
just need to nurse the football and maintain possession.
Well, see, you can't necessarily depend on the kickers every last. Oh, wow.
Right, well, yeah, this is, so now you're going to get back up to the, this one's coming back. Now you're going to get back up to the 15 here.
Yeah, that was a mess right there.
Personnel. And
yeah, that's shocking out of a Coach Carter team.
Yeah, and I think you're part of it. Maybe you've got to.
Illegal procedure on the offense. The 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
He was still in motion from coming off the bench.
Yeah,
about motion.
That's just shocking.
And the play clock wasn't there, so you know, I think that might be part of it too. You snapped the ball when you didn't have to yet.
Very upset about that.
So
got to keep your head in the football game.
Hey, look at the big number 51 coming in on offense. Big Lockett.
Yeah. Bringing some meat, huh?
Bringing Bethea over there on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, he's one of Coach Carter's favorites.
Going to kick it right here. He's going to kick it right here. A 32-yard attempt.
After that, he's like, I'm not even taking any more chances, huh?
Sam.
And if the snap, they still get a thing.
Because it's just first down.
Yep.
Each team gets one timeout here. So a 32-yard attempt for Sam Rayborn.
Brings the crowd to their feet over here, and they're ready to explode and fire these cannons.
JT Turner to hold, and Daphne will take the timeout.
Make the young man think about it a little bit.
This is turned into a game that's had way more
suspense
in
and
it
nail biter
than
than we ever expected, huh?
Yeah, this has been something. And again, this game was 17-0 pretty late. I mean, well into the third quarter. Kenny King's team came back, almost pulls it out.
I'll tell you what, but it is two teams fighting to the end. And it's just coming down to, you know, like Coach Carter said, it's coming down to the end, which, yeah, at some point it's going to be double zeros on the clock. But it's coming down to who's going to execute the best.
Well, they always talk about the execution needed on a field goal or extra point, snap, hold, and kick.
Yep. You know, this is part of special teams, and special teams being very, very special at this point in the game.
They've also got a block. Make sure they don't come off the edge and get it.
Yeah, we better make a note of our guy that's been in their backfield a lot, Jamar Mason. This is a chance again for the Daphne defense as well.
All right, here you go. Fairhope fans, they'll let you know before we do. Fairhope in overtime, I would say, ends up surviving to get this win here tonight. And Sam Rayburn just raced 85 yards down the other field like he was taking an interception back.
Yeah, if you ask the team to run after the game, they would not want to do it, but in victory, they'll run 110 yards, right?
They found it, right?
Yeah.
Student section pouring out onto the field here tonight.
Oh, he drilled it, right?
Oh, he was dead center. And Rayburn gives his team the win in overtime, 20-17. Kicks 2 field goals here tonight. Perfect.
What a ball game.
On his 2 PATs, and what a night for that young man. And it's 4 of the last 5 now that the Fairhope Pirates have defeated the Daphne Trojans, and they keep the Jubilee Cup here in Fairhope for another year.
And it's a great picture. And I know it's heartbreaking for Daphne. It is not a region game, so it's not going to cost you in the standings. It's a hard one to swallow, but this Fairhope team almost blew a 17-point. Well, they did in a way, but they were able to come back in overtime. A big kick by Rayburn wins it.
The junior wins it for his team in overtime, and like you said, like Tim Carter's like, all right, enough of that, kick it.
Yeah.
Procedure penalty on first down and from the 10. Kick it.
We're done messing with
Kick
this.
it. That's it. Especially as a defensive guy, he's like.
Well, a defensive guy with that kicker too.
Says let's just see if we can end this thing here. Wow, what a classic in this rivalry.
Well,
yeah, it's
the
funny.
battle on Eastern Shore ends with a cannon blast.
It does, and it's the entire season. We call it Friday Night Rivals. These are a couple of rivals right here.
Oh, wow.
Young guys that have known each other and played ball against each other for many, many years.
Now, I'll be very curious to find out if Tim Carter has any voice left at this point, because it usually does not hold up well in the second half. He was already getting a little hoarse at halftime when he talked to Tara. We'll see what he's got.
The team's still showing class and shaking hands with each other.
And we'll find out what he's got.
Yeah, that's absolutely good job by both communities.
What a great night. The student.
Great scene here.
Yeah, it's Friday Night Football. So,
Yeah,
I mean, it's what
these kids will remember this
now
the rest of their days.
They come over to
celebrate with their classmates. The team does.
That is cool stuff right there.
It is.
And Coach Carter over there shaking hands with some of the Daphne players. And I think Tara's ready. Tara.
Coach, huge overtime win at home, rivalry game. Could you have written a better ending than this?
Well, you know what? Absolutely not. I mean, what a game. Two great teams. Daphne played their tails off. They're down 17-0 and fought their way back. I mean, we showed the courage to regroup and hold them. I mean, it was just a great football game. I'm really proud of our kids. We got some guys injured right now. We had to go with some second-team guys, and they fought hard.
And the weight of this game fell heavily on the shoulders of a first-time starter, Riley Leonard. How do you feel he responded?
like we thought he would. He's a winner, no doubt about it. We're very fortunate to have two really good quarterbacks. We prefer our senior because he's a senior, but Riley grew up tonight, and he really did some big things.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
We're going to step over to Riley Leonard. He's right over here shaking hands. First off, congratulations, Riley. First time taking snaps as a starter. Put into words what tonight was like for you.
It was amazing. You know, I'm just thankful to be out here. I got the opportunity to start, and my teammates did great, and I'm just happy to get the win.
I saw Devin Mitchell talking to you on the sidelines during the game. What was he saying?
He's always supportive, giving me tips. You know, he's a great quarterback. He loves this team. You know, he couldn't play, but he loves us. Yeah.
How do you feel about that cannon going off after a couple of those touchdowns?
It felt great. It's loud, but
congratulations, Riley.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to step over to DeMel. I don't see him.
He's coming right there, Tara. He's right there. You wouldn't miss a chance to talk to you.
DeMel, first of all, congratulations on this huge rivalry win. You rushed for over 100 yards against a team that prides themselves on defense. What was your secret?
My O-line just blocked good for me. My coaches had good play calling, and I couldn't do it without them. I just want to give all the glory to God.
Congratulations.
Amen. Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Good hustle down there on the field. Tara, what a night here in Fairhope. Oh, and I mean, just Riley Leonard, the sophomore quarterback, just looking great.
I mean, that's it. When you peel the helmets off some of these kids, you see that they are kids.
Absolutely.
Somebody's got to drive them home tonight.
Yeah,
you
no
can't even
kidding.
drive home yet.
Somebody's got to drive home next year. but from the images, great game, great comeback, and then, of course, all the images and all the interviews that we had a chance to see there in postgame. Great stuff, right?
The pirate ship was loud here tonight at the end, and the student body section charging the field, and Rayburn running all the way down the field after he made the kick. I mean, just what a great night and exciting game, and just such a great rivalry. And we talked about it before. So this isn't a region game, but it means so much. It means more to these kids than a lot of the region games do.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing, Vic Lockett. What did you see?
The energy in this place, the fans were here to the bitter end. Both football teams just playing their hearts out. You know, like Coach Carter said, you know, just someone has to win, somebody has to lose, and Fairhope a little bit better tonight.
You know, 7A is a bit up for grabs right now, Vic Lockett. Game like this really could be a springboard for a team like the Fairhope Pirates.
I agree with you because, you know, hey, you get a big win and going into overtime, stretching it out. You can tell yourself that you're confident. You can play through the fourth quarter. You can play in the overtime. And the execution, which was very important, came in at the end.
No kidding about that. And then to execute that field goal. It was just not the kicker. Obviously, he had a block. He had a snap. He had to hold it down.
There's our three-player of the game nominees, Riley Leonard and DeMel Bell from the winning Fairhope Pirates, and Trent Battle, sophomore quarterback for the Daphne Trojans. And, man, that's a tough loss over there for the Daphne Trojans. Wow, yeah. They're going to still be a force in 6A Region 1, but wow, what a 17-0. They could have packed it up pretty easily then.
You know, most teams would.
Yep.
And this is a team that's really been struggling to find offense, and yet they came back, they tie it up, and almost had a chance to win it at the very end. Just amazing game.
Yeah. So 2017, the final score. Fairhope gets the win here tonight. So for Tara Reeves down on the sideline, Jared Kihas in the truck, David Sharp, our statistician, Vic Lockett, Dan Brennan, and Jim Cox saying so long from Fairhope, where the Jubilee Cup stays with the Pirates for another year. We'll see you next week in Spanish Fork.